The following is a presentation of KBEK Sports, local sports.
With the goal on the shorthander.
A Q Media Group production.
Are you kidding me? This is ridiculous. I mean, he can't miss.
Local high school sports.
Oh, it's knocked out. Oh boy, 1-0.
Also available for free on the Nice 95.5 mobile app or on the Q Media Group YouTube stream.
And he's off to the races. 40, 45, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. He's gone!
Now to bring you the call, here's Ethan Game Day Gilman.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the campus of the University of Minnesota. We're here at Maturi Pavilion on the campus of the Gophers, where we've got Class Single A girls state basketball action here on both 95.5 FM KBK and 106.5 FM AM 1350 Anthem Country WCMP. The Braham Bombers taking on the Mountain Iron-Buhl Rangers here in this first game of Class Single A state basketball at Maturi Pavilion. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman, joined alongside by Adam Hefty for this morning's game. Adam Hefty, sir, I don't need to ask because I know, but how's it going?
It's going great. I mean, I love the state tournament. I love that we're able to get back here and see a really good game here between the Bombers and the Rangers, a rematch from earlier this season.
Who doesn't love the state tournament?
Right?
If I'm being honest, if you like sports at all, you love the state tournament here in Minnesota, whether it's football, hockey, baseball, basketball, softball. It doesn't matter. Everyone loves the state tournament. But
absolutely.
Before we get too deep here into the Here's the Pitch pregame, we're going to go ahead and hear a word from some of our fine sponsors as we go forward throughout this broadcast. We are not able to bring you this game if it weren't for our fine sponsors. They allow us to be able to come down here, make the trip, and broadcast this game. They also allow us to bring you this game for free. Just remember that. Hey, just remember, we're the only streaming service that's free. Anyways, so just remember that part of it. We do bring you this game for free. Although no one's able to bring you video except for the TV stations here at State, we can bring you this for free without having to pay for a subscription. So just remember that. But first, a word from our fine sponsors. Then we'll be back here for more on the Here's the Pitch pregame show.
Stop relying on unstable energy prices and switch to self-sufficiency with the Classic Edge HDX outdoor wood furnace from Central Boiler. Heat your home, outbuildings, and provide endless hot water, all while utilizing your backyard source for renewable energy. The Classic Edge uses up to 60% less wood, which means less waste and less work. Be more comfortable for less money with the Classic Edge HDX.
Northland Boiler Sales. Visit northlandboilersales.com.
Your journey to smile with your forever starts at Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners with locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget, whether you have insurance or not. Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics, a smile you will embrace forever.
Looking for bingo with a bang? Saturday, March 28th, 2 p.m. Gun Bingo at Dock Sports Bar and Grill in Sturgeon Lake. You get a chance to win firearms instead of cash. Yep, shotguns, rifles, pistols. Bingo! It's all for a great cause, supporting the East Central Spurs, a local chapter of Pheasants Forever. Great food, great fun, and prizes with a bang. Make a day of it. Visit DocSportsBarSturgeon.com to pre-register. Gun Bingo! Saturday, March 28th, Docks in Sturgeon Lake.
At First National Bank of Malacca, with offices in Malacca, Isle, Gilman, and Zimmerman, they pride themselves on providing small-town, personalized customer service with updated technology solutions that allow you to bank with them anytime, anywhere, whether you value calling or stopping in to talk to a real live banker, or value the convenience of online or mobile banking. They've got you covered. If you're looking for a bank that cares about you or your community, come to First National Bank at one of their 4 branch offices. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Configuring the Bluetooth, deciding who controls the music, remembering where you parked. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your vehicle doesn't have to be one of them, so you can get back to more important things, Like remembering if you're on the third or fourth level of the parking garage. That's simple human sense.
Your local auto owner's agent is Pine Insurance Agency. Get your quote today at pineagency.us. Pineagency.us.
Welcome back here on KBEK and Anthem Country WCMP. We are at Maturi Pavilion on the campus of the University of Minnesota this morning for this Class A girls basketball state tournament game between your Braham Bombers and the Mountain Iron-Buhl Rangers. Maturi Pavilion, the site where the Gophers volleyball and wrestling teams perform. Today it is the home of the Class A quarterfinals, and Braham gets the first game of the morning to kind of kick things off. And we're going to go into how these two teams have looked throughout the season, and then we'll look at the playoffs, and then we'll also look at them coming into this game. And, you know, I am joined by Adam Hefty. And, Adam, these two teams played during the regular season, but looking at the season as a whole for both of these teams, pretty darn good. Mountain Iron-Buhl, the number 1 seed coming into the playoffs. They were the number 1 team in the state. Let's be real, Braham is no stranger to being in the top 10. In fact, you know, even though they are ranked 9th, what do we see them as high as 3 or 2 this year? So I do believe they belong in the top 5. Obviously, you're a little bit biased, but Mountain Iron-Buhl, the number 1 team in all of the state. And, man, they have not run Class A the last few years, but they have been one of the top teams.
Yeah, they absolutely have. These two teams played earlier in the season with Mountain Iron-Buhl coming away with the victory in the crazy week that Braham had there in late January. But, you know, we got out of Friday night and we were kind of speculating where Braham would seed. We thought maybe they wouldn't be in the top half, but somewhere near it, 5-6. They were placed in the A seed, the final seed, so they'll face the top seed, Mountain Iron-Buhl. We didn't see that, but, you know, facing the top team, it seems like Braham has welcomed this challenge.
Well, and yeah, that's the thing. I had Mountain Iron as my number 1 team, but I thought Braham was going to go no lower than 6. That's where I had him. I had him no lower than the 6th seed, but it is what it is. Taking a look here at Mountain Iron-Buhl's schedule, they lost 1 game, as we mentioned, and that was to a 3A school. That was to Rockridge, who they lost to, and they lost by 12 in that game. So you look at their season, you go, okay, did they really play anybody? Well, yes, they have. It kind of looks similar to Braham's schedule because their first 3 games, all teams finished over 125 QRF. Hillcrest, Mayor Lutheran, and Mesabi East. 2 of those teams are back in the state tournament in Hillcrest and Mayor Lutheran. Then you look after that, they beat Hill City Northland, Cass Lake Benna. Those teams really don't have great QRFs. They beat Esco by a large margin, which is kind of surprising. Then they had a really good game with, another team at state, Keller-Hire Northome, who they beat by 10 in a high-scoring affair. And then you keep looking. We'll just look at the teams who have 100 QRF or over. Sacred Heart, they beat them pretty handedly. Then they beat Hermantown, again, pretty handedly. Winona Cotter, yeah, also pretty handedly. Braham, now I'm not going to say that one was handedly because that one was only 16 points, and that was at Mountain Iron-Buhl, and that was during a really tough week for Braham where they scheduled, I think, 3 of the top.
Well, they played Mountain Iron-Buhl, and then on Thursday they played at Proctor.
Then the next week they played Foley.
Then they played Foley on the road. So Braham scheduled very difficult on purpose, mind you.
Well, and you look at those games, and the reason why I say 3 of the top teams, those teams were all tops in their section at that point. And looking at this Braham game, again, 16 points. We'll get into that in a little bit, but I think it's going to be a lot closer. They doused Pequot Lakes, man, who beat Crosby Ironton, so that is a crazy look. They beat Cromwell Wright pretty handedly, and then they were able to, again, they lost to Rockridge, but then won their last 2 games. They did have another game. They played against a similar team in Proctor. They did beat them, but it was close in that game. You could also say Chisholm's game was close as well. Then they got to the playoffs, and it was that.
Looked a lot like Braham's.
Yeah, it was very lopsided. They beat Big Fork in the first round by 86 points. Then they beat Cherry by almost 50. Then they beat Cromwell Wright again by almost 50. And then they beat Ely. Now, Ely was the bottom seed in that section, and they came out, and man, did they play their hearts out. Unfortunately, they lost by over 40 in the championship game to Mountain Iron-Buhl, but I love the story of Ely. But looking at Mountain Iron-Buhl, it's been pretty consistent. They've been pretty dominant as the top team in that section, and not only that, well, they're only one of the best scoring teams in the entire state in Class A basketball. Excuse me, I'm already getting to spring, Adam. I'm a little ahead of myself. But they were one of the top teams in scoring. They score 80 points per game. Now, believe it or not, that is not the top scoring team in the state. Keller Higher Northome scores 86 points per game out of 8A. Then you've got, I know there's one more. There we go. West Lutheran was scoring 74 points per game. But other than that, it's Sleepy Eye St. Mary's, who is at 80 points per game. That's it for the 80 points per game. And Mountain Iron-Buhl, the second highest scoring team other than Keller Higher Northome. But their defense is really what strikes you when you look at this team. Only allowing 41 points per game. The difference in scoring is nearly 40 points. So anytime you see a game that is close, you know that team is pretty good. And Braham was one of those teams who was within 16 points.
Yeah, absolutely. When we weren't able to make it up to Mountain Iron-Buhl for that game, but when I was talking to people around Braham, they were pretty happy with how they played against Mountain Iron-Buhl there in January.
Yeah, and you got to be pleased. Again, 16-point loss on a week and a half where you're playing three of the top teams in their section. Mountain Iron, the same thing at that time. That's not easy, especially after playing in a tough conference game, tough few conference games as well. And we'll go into that a little bit more as we go forward. But first, we're going to go ahead and hear a word from our fine sponsors. Again, we can't thank them enough for allowing us to be out here at the state tournament, bringing you this game, remember, for free. We're the only streaming station that does that for free. If you subscribe, we're not going to ask you for money. Nope. It's free, so remember that. We're going to hear a word from our fine sponsors, then we'll be back to talk about Braham season on the other side of this commercial break.
Oh, no.
Oh, man.
Don't worry, Hones can fix you up. Butch, Christie, and the crew at Hones Auto Body and Glass have over 44 years of experience repairing vehicles from accidents and damage due to hail. In fact, they've got a huge state-of-the-art facility in Mora, are iCar and ASC certified, and certified in aluminum repair and welding. Plus, Hones is recommended by many insurance companies. Hones Auto Body and Glass. In Mora, Hones. They'll fix you up right.
Hi, Rob.
Hey, why have you been so happy lately?
It's because I no longer pay for hot water.
What? You have 4 teenagers that take all-day showers. How do you not pay for hot water?
Well, I put in a central boiler outdoor furnace that heats my house, my garage, and now I have virtually endless free hot water.
Wow, that's great. With my 10 kids, I'll really save some money. Where do I get a furnace?
Check with your local central boiler dealer, of course.
Northland Boiler Sales, your local central boiler sales dealer. Visit northlandboilersales.com.
A&W Restaurant Pine City is still making fresh root beer. That signature item since 1919. It's still made fresh and on site with real cane sugar and a blend of secret ingredients. It doesn't get any better than this. Their world-renowned A&W root beer is a classic treat, and they can top it off with creamy vanilla soft serve to be known as the famous A&W root beer float. Now that's smooth, tasty, and refreshing. An American iconic A&W root beer float. It never tasted so good. A&W Restaurant Pine City. Come grab your root beer float today.
I'm going to have a word with our salespeople. I can't keep hearing all these delicious food ads on our broadcast. I get way too hungry. Plus, it's the morning, and I have yet to eat lunch, so I'm getting even more hungry. But we're back at Maturi Pavilion for this Class A state tournament girls basketball game between the Mountain Iron-Buhl Rangers and your Braham Bombers. We talked about Mountain Iron-Buhl on the other side of that commercial break. Now we're going to talk about the Braham Bombers and what their season looked like for them. This Braham team scheduled hard for a reason. They were sick of getting to the section championship game and falling, and that happened the last few years. This year, not the case, but we'll get into that in just a moment. But Braham plays out of Section 5A. They're one of the few sections in Class A that splits the section into two. They go east-west. Braham was kind of no doubt from the beginning of the year to win the East. Everyone was kind of expecting that from them, and it went according to plan, obviously. And I say that because they were now, at this point right now, they're 24-6. If we look at the end of the regular season, they were 20-6, and obviously 11-0 in section play. But you look at what they were able to do, and again, looking at the teams that they scheduled, 2 teams right from the get-go, same as Mountain Iron-Buhl.
Yeah.
In fact, it was just switched around. They played Mayor Lutheran first, then Hillcrest Academy. They beat Mayor Lutheran, lost to Hillcrest, but I would say if they were to play again, probably be Braham's game. But Then you look at other teams who have made it to state or were, well, unfortunately not close if you're Crosby Ironton, but they played Crosby Ironton and Malacca. Those are their other 2 losses. Mountain Iron-Buhl and Proctor, the other 2 losses. Then you look at Foley, that they didn't make it to state, but they were in the section semifinal. So you look at those teams, they did beat Pine City, who has a 100, had a 100 over QRF twice. They beat them twice. The second game, a lot closer though. But they played and scheduled really well. Holdingford, who is a 6AA team, that's always a team in 6AA they kind of have to watch out for. They're one of those kind of teams that, like Sauk Center, like Albany, like Osakis, who used to be in that section, are just around that section semifinal and championship game, kind of the blue bloods of that section, if you will. But they beat all these teams. They won 20 games. That's no small feat. And those 6 losses were to those teams who are either now at the state tournament or were in the section championship game or in the section semifinals. And they knew what they were doing when they scheduled like this, Adam, because they knew, hey, if we're going to get by not just the section championship game, but if we're going to go to state and make a run, well, we've got to schedule teams who are going to be there.
Well, you look at the state tournament, especially in single A, and you have teams that run a lot. You have bigger teams. You have shooting teams. But one thing is a theme throughout single A state tournament is that they challenged themselves by scheduling tough teams, not just in single A, but moving up to double A teams, triple A teams, and that seems to be the recipe for success here in the state tournament.
And taking a look at this Braham team, they didn't always score a ton. Now, don't get me wrong. They have the ability to consistently score 75-plus points per game. We can see that. You look at the stretch here from January 6th to about January 16th. They had what? Let's count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games in there that they scored 70 points or over in that stretch. That's not easy to do. They had another 3-game stretch, which they scored 70 points or over, January 30th to February 4th. This team can do it, but they rely a lot on the defense and a lot on transition defense and creating turnovers, and we see that with their points per game average and their points given up average, as we'll take a second for this to load. But you go and look at Braham, and while it may not be the most impressive on the scoring, only 64.5 points per game, it's, again, the defense where you go, whoa. They're only giving up 41 points per game. Look at Mountain Iron-Buhl. It's the same. You have to go into the decibels. Braham's at 41.5. Mountain Iron-Buhl's at 41.3. So these two teams know how to play really good defense. But Braham, they just seem to do it at another level. But what has been kind of the difference this year for Braham's defense compared to maybe other? Obviously, this team has been good for a while, but what's the difference this year?
I think it's just the ability to. They've been in this kind of defense for years now, so they're getting even more comfortable with it. They are just so long. They are able to bait teams into positions that they don't want to be in and force them to make turnover. They take turnovers away from other teams. I talked about it in the section championship game. They don't press all that heavily. They do press. They kind of play a soft zone press. But what they do is they bait you into situations where you don't want to be in. I kind of made the analogy of a football team that doesn't blitz all that often. They just know where to be.
Well, kind of like that Mike Zimmer double A gap blitz or faking that double A gap blitz. They may show it, then they'll back out, and all of a sudden you're like, whoa, you were coming with it. What do we do now? So I think that's a really perfect analogy because, again, if we want to relate it to, well, for me, I'm a dummy. I'm just all football, so I'm a meathead. I got to think of it that way. If you think about it that way, because then you drop off into zone or you can go man, but that's basically what this Braham team does, and you explained it perfectly now both times, but that's what they do, and it's not just that they do it well, they've perfected it.
They have. And just the length there at the top of the zone is really what makes the difference. And then you have Jenna Beck towards the back end of it, clogging up the lane. That really makes things difficult for anybody who breaks through.
She really does. And this team, although doesn't go super deep to the bench, they do have a few bench players that will come off and contribute. But it also helps when you have a young lady like Morgan Rysdam on your team who really can do it all for the squad.
Let me ask you a question. So when Jenna Beck goes to the bench, they become a different team. Just a completely different team. They run things differently, especially defensively. Do you like that in a basketball team, or do you like a team that has a streamlined type of, game?
I'm being honest. No, I like a team that's able to switch it up. If you have the ability to do more than just one thing when one or two players go to the bench or come off the bench, I think that's a sign of a good team because you're showing we can be flexible. We can do different things. We have the ability to do this or that with or without that player. We can switch it up when we need to or when we have to. I do like that because you're giving the other team something different to look at other than just, oh, okay, she went to the bench. We still know what to expect. Instead, You're going, no, she's at the bench now. We might switch it up. Maybe we won't. You have to figure that out. So I do like that. Because, again, you're just giving the other team more things to look at and more things to go, okay, well, now they can run this out of this set. Well, what if they don't? But we now have to watch out for them staying with what they have. So you give the other team so many different looks out of that and being able to be flexible. And I think it also shows the willingness of this team just to be able to go, hey, we're going to throw a lot at you. Mm-hmm. Can you learn it? Can you pick it up? And they have, and they have been so willing to do that, and I think that's just a great sign for this team. What about you? Do you like that?
I think I'm on the same page as you, and I think what I really like about it is you don't let your opponent really get comfortable in a certain way of the game. It says, oh, well, I'm starting to get comfortable here. Well, guess what? We're going to change things up. So you're going to have to do something differently. And I think that's what Braham likes to do is, the whole game flips on its head when Jenna Beck goes out of the game and Lauren Lennes comes in or a Bridget Golly comes in off the bench. They are a much faster team. They are a much more versatile team, especially on the perimeter. But when you have Beck in there, she is just a force down low that very few are able to handle.
Yeah, and like I mentioned, Rysdam, only a junior now this year, but it helps have her on the team. If we take a look at these two teams, they're pretty similar in stats. Points per game, a little bit on Mountain Iron's side, but again, defense is really good. But you look at the rebounds per game, Braham is at 36, Mountain Iron's at 33. Pretty darn even. You look at the rebounds per game, the defensive rebounds is where Braham goes up by almost over 100 rebounds, and that's a direct factor of Beck. Mm-hmm. Beck is just a great presence down below to try and get those rebounds, and I think that is a direct factor. You look at do they have it up there? Yes, fouls per game. Both of them pretty similar, but Braham keeps it down to about 12. Mountain Iron-Buhl, if I can say it right, is up to about 14. Blocks, 77 for Braham on the season. Mountain Iron-Buhl is at 68. We look at steals, and I think this is one of the things that I wanted to look at. Believe it or not, Mountain Iron-Buhl it has more, over 100 more. They are at 576. Braham only 458. I would not have expected it to be that much of a difference. I would have thought Braham actually had more.
Yeah, Mountain Iron-Buhl is such a there is no tiptoeing around this. Mountain Iron-Buhl is a tremendous team, and they cause a lot of teams problems. One of those teams being Braham earlier in January. So really, it's not a surprise. Just one loss, and that is a big factor of why.
Turnovers and assists for both these teams, fairly much the same as we look at these two teams. Looking at it for Mountain Iron-Buhl, their leading scorers will be Nians. She wears number 23, and then Izzy Wida, she'll wear number 22. Both of them into double digits, scoring about 16 to 17 points per game. Field goal percentage shooting, 60% and 61% from the field. Their next highest scorer.
Is that good?
I think so. Their next highest scorer is Ania Thomas, who scores 9 points per game. She's only shooting about 43% from the field. That's average.
Yeah.
That's average. But you've got Wida and Nians at over 60% from the field. That is just insane to see as we go throughout the Mountain Iron-Buhl stats here. Rebounding-wise, Norman will be the rebounder for the Rangers of Mountain Iron-Buhl. 150 rebounds on the season. Then Warwas has 135, and Ouida has 105. Then you look to some of the miscellaneous stats. Steals. Taking a look at the steals, Ouida has 108 on the year for this team. That's impressive.
What is that, 4 a game?
Yeah, 4 a game. Farrah Thomas is behind her with about 3.5. That is insanity. They have a lot of blocks. They're averaging, you've almost got 1 block per game from 2 players, and the others are just under a half a game. That's pretty impressive. And then fouls, too. You look at the fouls, man. They don't pick up a lot of fouls. That's what, 3 a game? Well, no, that's 2 a game for the top fouler. Nyans has 67, then Ouida has 59, 57 for Norman, 52 for Thomas. That is pretty darn impressive if you take a look at that. On the other side for Braham, well, looking at points per game, Morgan Rysdam, 22 points per game, shooting 48% from the field. And then Golly's their other leading scorer with 7 points per game. She's shooting 49% from the field. 9 points per game for Emily Davis. She's shooting 33% from the field, but she has really come on here in the playoffs and has really elevated her shooting percentage and has kind of come out of her shell, like you have mentioned.
Yeah, this Bomber team, it seems to be a different team than they were back in January. A better team.
Yes.
They're able to get the ball in the bucket in ways that they haven't been able to do for the past couple of years. So, they seem to be maybe a half step better than they were back in January. That might be the difference.
They have 6 players with over 100 rebounds. Rysdam has over 200 rebounds on the season. She's averaging 7 per game. Steals-wise, can you guess who leads the team? I bet you can. I bet you can.
Yeah, I'm going to go Morgan Rysdam at the top of that zone.
She has 136. That's nearly 4 or almost 5 a game. The next closest is Emily Davis with 76, 57 for Mackenzie Golly. I bet you can't tell me who leads in blocks, though.
Well, I'm going to go with, I'm looking at it, so I'm lying. That's going to be Jenna Beck, just above Morgan Rysdam.
They don't see you.
Just right off the top of my head.
No, but yes, Beck does lead the team with 28, and then it is Rysdam with 27. Beck has 1 a game. Rysdam just under 1 a game. That is so darn impressive. But, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for our Here's the Pitch pregame show. We're going to go ahead and hear a word from our fine sponsors. When we return, the national anthem will have been played. We'll get you your starting lineups, and then we'll be set for tip-off in this Class A girls state basketball game here at Maturi Pavilion on the campus of the University of Minnesota. Here on a 106.5 FM AM 1350 and nice 95.5 FM.
Are you looking for the perfect way to promote your business? Custom apparel's the answer, and tdealers.com makes it easy. Let's build your brand together. From the design stage to production, we are on your team to create gear that gets noticed. Whether you're building a brand or repping your business, we got your back. High quality merch, fast turnaround, and no stress. So go to tdealers.com and check out our winter sweatshirt special.
Are you tired of spending your weekends on yard work? Central Outdoor Services in Pine City is your complete solution for all things outdoors. From perfectly manicured lawns to stunning landscaping and patio installations, we've got you covered. Need a boulder wall, some light dirt work, a fire pit, or even reliable snow removal in the winter? We do that too. Central Outdoor Services is here to give you back your free time so you can enjoy your yard instead of working on it. Visit centraloutdoormn.com to learn more or give us a call today.
Are you ready to get back to doing what you love? Whether it's recovering from an injury or preventing one, Wellia Health Sports Medicine Team is here to help. From kids to adults, we specialize in treating sports injuries, including concussions. We're here to get you back to peak performance. Call us today at 320-679-1313 or schedule an appointment through MyChart. Visit welliahealth.org.
ECE Fiber Internet, the best choice for you. Affordable packages for home and business with reliable service and no hidden fees. ECE Fiber, connecting you to what matters most. Visit orderecefiber.com. That's ORDERECEFIBER.com.
CF Moto gives you everything you're looking for in off-road side-by-sides and utility by-sides. Not only does CF Moto offer comfort, but refined performance and is found at Caswell Cycle and Mora. For those craving big adventures for off-road, CF Moto can help you get out on that next adventure with CF Moto Power Sports. Experience more together. The best place to purchase CF Moto off-road side-by-sides is Caswell Cycle. The fun starts here. Caswell Cycle, Mora. Motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides can be dangerous to operate. Review all product manuals, labels, and safety information before operating. Always wear your safety gear and never operate a CF Moto vehicle under the influence of alcohol or drugs. Visit CFMotoUSA.com for complete training and safety guidelines.
Did you know that at Pine City Family Chiropractic you can unwind and de-stress with a relaxing massage? Pine City Family Chiropractic is proud to offer massage therapy as an addition to your health and wellness goals. Our therapists are highly trained in many modalities from therapeutic to relaxing. Each of our therapists can customize your session to your specific needs. Call Pine City Family Chiropractic at 320-629-6717 to schedule your massage today.
Here's the pitch.
Here's the pitch in North Branch, the area's premier indoor batting cages and training facility. State-of-the-art pitching machines for softball and baseball. Rent cages with machines or bring your own pitcher. Here's the Pitch also offers instruction from experienced players. And Here's the Pitch has enough room for coaches to bring the whole team for training. Here's the Pitch in the North Branch Outlet Mall.
Okay, I lied to you. They did it a little differently here today. Instead of national anthem, then lineups, they went lineups, then they're going to do the national anthem. So real quick, since we're getting the non-stars here for the Rangers, Adam, what is the key for the Bombers here this morning for a victory over Mountain Iron-Buhl?
Well, I think it's going to be a lot about trying to get, we talked about it a lot with Pine River Bacchus last week as well. You don't want them to get comfortable. Mm-hmm. You're in a new gym. It's going to take a little bit of time to get comfortable.
Right.
And that's really how Braham likes to play it. A lot of their shots are right by the basket. So it doesn't take much to get comfortable doing it that way. Mountain Iron-Buhl, I haven't seen them yet, so I don't know how their offense runs. So if you're able to make them uncomfortable, and they shoot a few shots out on the outside, that might be the difference.
Yeah, I would agree, and I want to see that defense get comfortable. You talk about getting comfortable. I want to see the defense get comfortable first. I want to see them make a few plays and then get that transition offense working, because I think that will be one of the biggest keys here in this morning's game against the Mountain Iron-Buhl Rangers. So we just got the lineups for Braham. They are just now doing it for the Mountain Iron-Buhl Rangers, as we take a look at their squad. Both these teams, really good-looking squads as we get ready for this game here at Maturi Pavilion. Man, what a beautiful facility where the Gopher Wrestling and
I love this gym. It's like there's not a wall from Williams Arena. It looks an awful lot like Williams Arena here on this side. Yeah, it's like an extension.
It really is. It pretty much is. Yeah. But this is just a great arena to play in here this morning. So we're going to go ahead, and this time I promise when we come back, the national anthem will have been played, and then we'll get your starting lineups and tip-off on Nice 95.5 and WCMP.
Fall enrollment is now open at Pine Technical and Community College. Whether you're starting out or starting over in your education or career, Pine Technical and Community College is here to help you succeed. Explore brand new labs and program offerings, affordable tuition and scholarship opportunities, all with lakeside housing options. At Pine Technical and Community College, we provide training that gets you hired. Visit pine.edu today and take the first step towards your future.
ECE Fiber is built by your community for your community. Work, play, and stay connected to what matters most. We offer affordable home and business packages with no hidden fees and 24/7 support. ECE Fiber, easy to use, simple to set up. That's a cooperative difference. Visit orderecefiber.com. That's ORDERECEFIBER.com today.
Pizza Pub in Pine City has a pizza and salad buffet on Fridays.
Not the right vibe. Trav and the gang at Pizza Pub are a little hipper. Here we go. Take two.
Start off your weekend right with the Friday Pizza Buffet at Pizza Pub. From 11 to 1, pile your plate high with all-you-can-eat pizza for just $12, or upgrade to pizza and salad buffet for only $16. And they're now open Friday and Saturday 11 to 11 and Sunday 11 to 9. Pizza Pub, serving fresh pizza every day of the week. Come stop in.
Pizza Pub of Pine City.
Hey there, Brad from Lee's Pro Shop here. Are you ready to show off that school pride? Lee's Pro Shop is your official letter jacket supplier, and we're here to help you celebrate every touchdown, goal, and win. We got everything you need to create a perfect letter jacket that tells your story. And for a limited time, when you come in and mention this radio ad, you get $10 off your letter jacket. That's right, $10 off. So come in, let's start to tell your story. Lee's Pro Shop, where the passion for sports begins.
We're out here on the range today to remind you that high school trap season is almost upon us. And if you or your favorite shooter needs to get geared up, the place to go is Almost Yours Gun & Pawn. They've got the largest selection of new and used firearms, plenty of ammo for practice and competition. They've got archery gear, conceal and carry classes, and loading supplies. So if you're getting ready to head out on the range, make your first stop to Almost Yours Gun & Pawn. Whew, nice one.
Back here on WCMP and KBK, your starting lineups will start with Mount Iron-Buhl Rangers. It'll be number 2, Anaya Thomas, number 11, Sammy Warwas, number 22, Izzy Wida, number 23, Anna Nyans, and number 34, Paige Norman. They're head coached by Jeff Buffetta. On the other side for your Bombers, it's going to be number 2, Avery Schockman, number 4, Emily Davis, number 5, Mackenzie Gawley, number 14, Morgan Rysam, and number 44, Jenna Beck. Their head coach, of course, by Zach Loy. Beck and Norman at center court for the tip, and it is won by the Bombers. It will be Schockman who starts in the backcourt. She tries to bring it up. It is poked out there by Wida. Now give on this near side to Rysdam. Rysdam will drift to the far side. She'll give it to Davis. Davis will look. She's in a little bit of a tough position, then gives to the top of the key. Now underneath to Beck. Oh, and just off the mark there, and rebounded by Wida.
It was a good opportunity finding Beck down there. Almost went in, just didn't fall.
Now on that far side, Thomas has it. She'll look into the corner to Wida. Wida going to try and drive amongst Beck, and it's blocked and stolen away. Schockman with the steal, blocked by Beck.
5-on-4 opportunity, but she was able to get back.
That's a big tone setter there, Adam, for the Bombers, as now they'll hand it off on the far side. Davis being bothered into a bit of a tough situation. Not sure what she saw there. She threw it inside. I think she was expecting Rysdam to be there a little bit quicker, but it's going to be stolen away by Paige Norman. Now they'll go top of the key. Norman's open for 3. That's going to be good. And Mountain
right there at the top of the key, gets it to go. She stepped right into it.
And the Rangers are on the board first, 3-0. Rangers will show a little bit of full court press. That's something that Braham has not seen a lot of this year from teams, is that full court press. Rysdam finds Beck. They've got numbers the other way. Davis going to take it to the basket, and too high off the glass. Norman will get the rebound here for the Rangers.
That's something they can come back to, because I don't imagine Mountain Iron-Buhl is going to get out of that press.
Thomas with it now on the pass from Norman. She'll direct traffic, looking for a screen. She drifts to the far side. She's going to take a 3 off the elbow. That's going to come up well short into the hands of Avery Schockman. And Schockman will lose it. And they're going to say it's last touch by Braham. So Schockman wasn't too keen on that call, and I didn't quite see it, but it will go back to Mountain Iron-Buhl.
Just with these sight lines here, as it's a volleyball court,
yeah,
it's going to take it's pretty well done. It's just going to take a little bit getting used to.
Well, because from where we're sitting, Adam, the out of bounds for volleyball looks like it's out of bounds. Meanwhile, another 3 and a foul.
And that's going to be a 3 and a foul.
Yeah.
Putting Norman to the line.
That is going to hurt if she's able to drop this free throw in. So it is going to go on Beck, her first, team's first, and Norman has a chance for the rare 4-point play, and she's able to get it. Well, that makes it 7-0 here for Mountain Iron-Buhl. Schockman will inbound to Davis. Davis on the far side. She finds Rysam. Rysam taking it up the court.
And she's
traveled
with
all
it
all the way, and she missed.
She did. She took an extra step.
Oh, man. It was close, but, yeah, it was a travel. And, oh, man. And early on, well, again, you had the tone setter from Beck with the block, and then all of a sudden they just haven't been able to capitalize with that tone setter, and they're just forgetting a little bit of the fundamentals here.
Yeah, they're getting their opportunities, just aren't falling.
And they just, I think, just got to maybe go back and simplify things a little bit. Here's a short 2 that's going to be off the mark, and that will be off of Mountain Iron-Buhl. She tried to say it was off of Braham, but that was not even close. That was definitely off of Warwas.
Hey, that's her job. She's supposed to do
that. No,
that.
yeah, I appreciate it. I'm just saying, referee did not fall for it. So that ball goes behind the next set of teams who will be in here. Hillcrest Lutheran Academy will play next. Meanwhile, Shockman going to try and inbound this one. Rysam, they're no doubt going to try and cover her as well as they can, but here she goes up the court. She looks at the timeline, now looks and gives on this near side to Davis. Davis will look. Oh, there's a double team there. She gives it to Beck. Now underneath to, that's Golly, and it's going to be stolen away by Nyans.
So another turnover on the Bombers.
Nyans gets a screen. She'll drift to the far side, hand it to Thomas. Thomas looks, top of the key to Norman. Norman fakes a three. She'll pull it down, trying to drive, give outside to Thomas. That ball was nearly tipped by Shockman, the defender. Now to Warwaz. Warwaz fake to give at the top of the key, give on this near side. Now to Thomas. Thomas going to try and drive. Ooh, she got it over Beck and gets it to fall for two. That is not easy to do over Beck. I'm surprised she got that one up. Meanwhile, it's 9-0 now on that Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard. Shockman will give it over to Rysdam. Rysdam to Beck. Beck waits, lets the defenders get by, give over to Rysdam. Rysdam on the far side looking for a screen from Beck. Doesn't quite get it. Now she'll drift to the top of the key, give on the near side to Shockman. Shockman not afraid to pull up from there, and we're going to get a whistle here on Mountain Iron-Buhl. So there you go. You get a foul on Mountain Iron-Buhl, maybe able to settle yourselves down and realize, hey, they're not inevitable in this game. You will be able to get a call or two.
Well, you know, if you're Braham, you have to be very careful in trying not to do too much. You're still early on in this ball game, down 9-0. You're not in the spot you want to be, but you can't get that all in one shot. So slow things down, get the shot you want, and eventually these things will work itself out.
14-4 check into the game for Mountain Iron-Buhl. We'll get to that in a moment, but meanwhile here is Shockman with it on the give. She'll give inside to Rysam now underneath. They found back. That's definitely a foul, and ooh, she's got to be careful. She was a little bit upset about that one. She turned and said something to the defender, but yeah, she's got to be careful because looked like she may have said something a little. She was upset. Let's just put it that way.
Ania Thomas in for Paige Norman.
She makes the first. So Farrah Thomas wears number 4. 14 for them will be Lindsay Olin. And meanwhile, Beck not able to get that one, but is that? No, Rysam couldn't quite hold on to it. I thought she got the rebound, but just goes to her hands. Nyans for 3. That's going to be off the mark, and Rysam will pull the rebound.
Shockman got away with a foul on that 3.
Yeah, she did. I was going to say, it's getting pretty physical out here. Meanwhile, Shockman will have the pass from Rysam. She looks to Beck. There's just nothing there for an opportunity. Now she gives to Golly. Mackenzie Golly gives on this near side to Davis. Davis will look for the screen. They go, and she gets it from Beck now to the far side. Give to Shockman. Shockman near the boundary. Give back to Davis. Davis will go to Golly to a cutting Rysam. The pass was just off the mark. Rysam will take the 3. It's good.
Big shot there by Morgan Rysam as she gets it to go. 4 straight for the Bombers.
9-4 now is the score, but here come the Rangers back quickly. Here's Olin. Olin will give to Weta. Weta going to try and drive now. Give back to Olin. And
she travels with it.
Yep.
So things going in the right direction for the Bombers. Scoring 4 straight. That might not seem a lot, but that stopped the 9-0 run that Mountain Iron-Buhl went on. It's now a 5-point game.
Lauren Lenez checks into the game here for the Bombers. She's been a really good player off the bench. And are they going to say she went over the line on the inbound? Yep. That's what happened.
Had Mackenzie Golly there on the fade route.
Man, that's unfortunate. And again,
she was wide open for the layup,
still
too.
Acclimating to what the court is. They got the tape down, and like you said, they did it well. It's just acclimating to it, and they haven't quite yet done that. Oh, a Farrah Thomas launch code, and she drops it in. Wow, I'm not going to lie, Adam. I didn't think she was going to be able to get that, but impressive job there. That'll be out of bounds, knocked out by Farrah Thomas, so Braham will hold on to it. It looks like a little bit body language-wise, if I'm just reading it, Adam, Braham's a little bit frustrated with the way Mountain Iron-Buhl is playing so physical, but they also know that they can get by this team.
Yeah, absolutely. This is how they play.
Oh, no.
And it was the right idea.
Yep, just
pass was just a little behind.
So Mackenzie Golly got the pass just outside the paint. She wanted to give on the far side to Shockman. Shockman, the pass was just behind her. She tried to reach and couldn't quite reel it in. Now another substitution here for Mountain Iron-Buhl. That is going to be number 13, Ava Lukanen. And we'll try and spell that one out. Meanwhile, Rangers do have it back. It's Farrah Thomas who put the launch codes on that last one. Now gives over to Warwaz. Warwaz looks. She'll hand now Is that 23 Nyans? No, excuse me, that was Whedon. Now another three. That's going to be off the mark, but it will be rebounded here by Luukkonen, and Luukkonen's going to draw the foul. So she'll shoot two. This will be the second foul on Braham, the first on Emily Davis. And Luukkonen will shoot two. And that one's no good for Luukkonen, so that helps out Braham. Meanwhile, Norman and Anaya Thomas in for Warwaz and Olin. Brazen Orthodontic scoreboard. 12-4, Bombers trail. We've got 13:23 to go in the first half. And Luukkonen, no good on that one, but it's going to be rebounded there by Norman. And she's going to put up a three. That's going to be airballed, and yeah, she was out of bounds when she touched that. So it's going to go back to Braham as she tried to swat it in, and then Farrah Thomas did as well, but she was out of bounds. So ball will go back to Braham as Shockman will look to inbound. She'll give, and Loy wants a flop, and he might have a point. I just seen the edge of it, but yeah, Adam, I don't know about that one.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, I think Loy's got a point on the flop. Meanwhile, this ball will give inside and underneath. It's Rita for two. So 14-4. Meanwhile, here's the inbound. Rysdam gets it on this near side. She'll give up to Davis. What a good pass there. It looked like it was going to go elsewhere, but then she got it to go forward. Now into a little bit of trouble. They get a foul there, and that's going to go against Anaya Thomas. That'll be her first, team's third, I believe. Yes, it will be.
So here in the early going, it's looking like the officials are a little touchy on the outside on the perimeter. So that's something to keep an eye on. It's been pretty consistent both ends, but this is just how they've been calling this game so far.
Here's the inbound. Shockman will give to Golly on the far side. Golly trying to get around two defenders. Now she's in a trap, and it's going to be up for grabs. It's going to be a jump ball, and the possession arrow points the way of MIB. And that is something that Braham is going to have to be aware of, is that Mount Iron-Buhl looks to be trying to get into the trap a lot more to force that ball out. Meanwhile, we get a timeout from Braham. While they take one, we will as well. Back after word from our fine sponsors here on WCMP and KBK.
Finding that missing shin guard. Remembering whether it's a home or away game. Getting the right kid to the right playing field on the right day. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple so you can worry about more important things. Like not being that fan.
Oh, come on, ref!
That's simple human sense.
Your local auto owner's agent is Pine Insurance Agency. Visit them at pineagency.us today. Pineagency.us.
14-4 on that Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard. 12:55 to go in the first half. Braham trails to the Rangers, 14-4. Man, we think sometimes an hour drive is hard. Think about the Rangers. That's
right?
A 3-hour drive, man. That is not easy, but they made the trip, and so far so good. This show,
poked out of bounds by Rysdam.
It was, but I tell you what, it was close to Farrah Thomas having the last hand on it. But it will stay with the Rangers as they'll look to inbound once again. They will. There to Anaya Thomas. She's at the top of the key, getting a screen, trying to find somewhere to go with it. Said she'll drift to this near side. She pulls it down. Now gives over there to Luukkonen. Luukkonen in the corner now, and almost stolen away. And now taking it to the basket is Farrah Thomas. That's going to be up and no good. Anaya Thomas gets the rebound. She'll now drive inside. She'll put it up high off the glass. She's going to get a friendly of friendly bounces and drop it in for two, 16-4.
It was a good defensive possession by the Bombers, just weren't able to get the defensive rebound.
Pass up the court goes to Davis. Davis got to be aware of the defenders. Now to Rysdam. Pops off the three. It's going to be off the mark. And the rebound, just nobody able to box out there. And Norman's going to get the rebound here for Mountain Iron-Buhl. She tosses this one well up the court. And she's guarded by Davis underneath. Now trying to get it back out here to Farrah Thomas. She fakes the three, but there's Rysdam. She's a great defender. But meanwhile, here's a three. That's going to be good for Anna Nyans.
Right now from three, Mountain Iron-Buhl is 4 from 7.
On this near side, Rysdam has it. She'll give it up to Davis. That's been working. Now can they get it to fall on the offensive side? Davis goes inside Rysdam. Rysdam, that was one of the rare mistakes you'll see from Rysdam. That's going to be completely stolen away by Thomas. Now on the far side, another three. And this is good again from Nyans.
Make it 5 for 8 from 3.
22-4. Rysdam give to Shockman. Shockman pulls it down. A little bit of full court press. She's fouled. And Shockman will get to inbound once again. They'll get this one, I think, on Farrah Thomas. She was not too happy with it. And in that, if it is on her, will be her second. It will. A couple more substitutions here for the Rangers. They're going to get a new young lady in. That's going to be number 1. That's Anna Holmstrom.
22-4 is the lead here with 11:23 left to play in the first half.
Shockman will inbound as she gets it into Lenez. Lenez was pushed a little bit, but not enough for a call. Meanwhile, Shockman gets through a little bit of traffic, drifts to the far side, hands it off to Rysdam. Rysdam looking things over, getting the offense set. Now she'll get a screen, but the defender is there on the far side. She'll drift even further. Now trying to drive in. It was poked out. Oh, and they're going to say last touch by Braham. Oh, man, I don't know about that one. So it will be MIB ball as Braham gives up another turnover. Driving forward is Weta. She's trying to get around the defender, Rysdam. That's not easy to do. And meanwhile, Rysdam only has another year to get better. Meanwhile, Weta does get a little bit of a screen, and she'll take the
So Braham has 10 turnovers in this first half alone. Mountain Iron-Buhl scoring 21 points off of those turnovers.
Meanwhile, here's Emily Davis with the pass up the court. She'll drift onto the far side, now getting into the corner. Got to be aware of the trap, and she's almost into a trap. Now trying to give it to Gawley, and that one's going to be knocked out of bounds by MIB, so Braham will hold on to it. Good recognition there by Mackenzie Gawley in the paint to realize, hey, this was touched. I don't need to go grab it and risk it going out of bounds off me. Beck will check back into the game. She comes in for Lenez. Braham in their all-white uniforms, the blue letters and numbers outlined in that gold, the blue stripe down the side of the jersey and short. MIB in the all-black, the yellow numbers outlined in red, the red numbers outlined in yellow. And then the stripes down the side of the jersey and pant, 1 red stripe and then 2 yellows. Meanwhile, the inbound to Shockman. Actually, was inbounded to Beck. Then she gives out to Shockman, and then trying to go inside to Beck. It's knocked out of bounds. We'll get a timeout called here by Braham, and we'll actually keep it here. We've gone through a good chunk of our commercial, so we'll keep it here. This is not so much that Braham is playing bad. They've had a few bad bounces, yes, but I think this is just more of a case of maybe still, unfortunately, settling into this game.
Yeah, I mean, 11 turnovers here in the first 7.5 minutes is kind of the opposite of optimal. And that seems to be the difference here with Mountain Iron-Buhl with just the 1 turnover. So also rebounding really needs to get better here as Braham has been able to stop them defensively at times, but then Mountain Iron-Buhl gets bailed out from an offensive rebound.
Well, and you mentioned it. It's not that they're playing bad. It's just they haven't quite settled in yet. And you when you're watching Braham, they are well more than capable, able to keep up with this team. But it's just that I think they're rushing things a tad offensively. Yep. And like you mentioned, they're not boxing out well enough right now. If they want to get back into this game, they're just going to have – I mean, it's easier said than done. But simply put, you got to box out. You got to box out and get some rebounds right now. Otherwise, this is going to get lopsided real quick. And I know it's 20 points, but it's still not lopsided for this Braham team, believe it or not. And that is going to help them out. They get a pass up the court, trying to go deep to Warwaz, and it's just off the mark. And Braham just says, hey, fine, we'll let you just let that one go out, and we'll get it back.
So a turnover now. We'll see if Braham can do anything with it.
Well, so far they're having troubles to inbound this ball. Now we're going to get a foul here on Mountain Iron-Buhl. And
kind of bailed Braham out there as that 5-second was coming real quick.
Well, I think it definitely bailed him out on Nyans, excuse me. It's going to be the second on Nyans, at least according to the scoreboard. Meanwhile, on the far side, it's Emily Davis getting the pass from Shockman. She's going to dribble right into a trap and try and hand it back to Shockman. Shockman eventually gets out of there. Now give to Rysdam on the elbow. Rysdam goes to the top of the key, trying to drive her way inside and then lost it. Braham is just not doing a good job right now of taking care of the basketball, and that's another thing that is simply said, but it's easier said than done to take care of the basketball. Meanwhile, they give it underneath here. Holmstrom is able to allow Beck to go by and drop it in for 2.
Well, and that turnover caused Braham to come back. They came back quickly and well, but it put them out of position.
And another one. That
should
stay with
be
Braham
basketball.
Oh, my heavens. In
All
what
right.
world?
Well,
wow, okay. That has to be Braham ball. That should absolutely be Braham ball. We have replay. We do have replay now that it's at the state tournament. You might need to check. Hey, MSHL, can we start to do that for state tournament basketball? We got it for football. I think we need to start doing it for basketball. Anyways, so MIB has it back. They'll go to the top of the key to Nia Thomas. Now on the far side there to Warwaz. She's going to drive, kick back outside. She finds Luukkonen. Luukkonen will look, now give here to Wida. Wida's going to take is that a long 2, I think, or is that the 3? I couldn't quite see. It's the 2 for Wida. They get 28-4. Up the court, they go quickly to Golly, now to Beck, and Beck going to slow things down, give to Rysdam. Rysdam, that's a little too far maybe, but hey, maybe we'll start to see them say, hey, let's extend this thing a little bit. They've got the players who can shoot it from that far, and again, another turnover, and that's going to be a foul on Beck as well. Oh, man. Wida gets the turnover. Beck gets the foul, and it's just frustration now boiling over for Braham. And I hate to repeat myself, but they're just not taking good care of the basketball.
Yeah, 14 turnovers now, and combine that with Mountain Iron-Buhl shooting 61% from the field. It's not a recipe for success.
Well, I'm not too surprised at the percentage shooting from field because we talked about it pregame. They have 2 young ladies shooting well over 60% from the field. So I'm not too surprised on that, but it's the turnovers. This is abnormal for a Braham team. I mean, there have been games where they don't have 14 turnovers in the entire game, let alone a first half.
I would say most games they don't have 14 turnovers in the game.
And another foul here. I think this one will go on Golly. Yep.
So that's going to be the
5th team foul now. First on her, 28-4. And again, frustration boiling over a little bit. You've got just not taking good care of the basketball. I don't know if it's I don't know if it's just overthinking. Are they just kind of maybe forgetting who they I don't know. This is not normal Braham basketball. Meanwhile, 3. Oh, come on. That's another flop that they're going to call for a foul. That was man. That's
So I got to start watching because I wonder what's happening. Are they getting underneath the landing spot or
no? That one. Well,
because I mean you're able to block out the shooter.
Yeah, that if I'm being honest.
So I didn't see it, so I'm not sure what happened.
Well,
I was ball watching.
Yeah, that was a flop.
But if they're getting into the landing zone, that is a foul.
No, she was right in front of her and she did a good acting job, we'll put it that way. So meanwhile, Norman is at the line. She makes them both, and she gets one more, remember. This is a 3-point shot where the foul happened. It is now 16 fouls for Braham, 5 for MIB. And Norman will try and make it 3 straight from the free throw line. And that one's going to be good as well. So 3 straight to make it 31-4. That ball, I guess, wanted out. It went well away from anybody. Meanwhile, here's the inbound to Rysdam. They're going to kind of double team her in a zone type of defense. Now she gets up past the timeline, and she's dribbling. She's just trying to make something happen. Here is Schockman. Schockman will drive. There's nothing there, so she'll take it back to the top of the key. Now she's going to drive inside, and that's a foul.
Yep, that's going to put Schockman to the line for 2.
And, that is where a lot of the fouls for Mountain Iron-Buhl have come, is when Braham decides to take it inside. Mm-hmm. If they want to have more success, I think they just need to be the more physical team. Take it to the basket. Have no fear. Just continue to be fearless. Take it to the basket. You're going to draw more fouls that way.
And that's the hope. I mean, you'll also move them around quite a bit. You'll open up some shots on the outside. Try to get back into this one.
First one is good. I didn't quite see who they got. Was that 13? It was. They'll call it on Luukkonen with her first team foul. Bridget Golly now into the game for Emily Davis. So as Schockman will ready her second of 2 free throws. This one is good as well.
So a perfect trip to the line here for Schockman.
Meanwhile, this pass almost stolen away by Rysdam. No. Mountain Iron-Buhl is going to hold on to it, and they're going to throw it out of bounds. So Braham is going to get this ball back. They try to keep it alive to Mountain Iron-Buhl, and the pass just went way too far over the head of one of their offensive players, and Braham will get it back. Here is Rysdam. She'll bring it forward again. I think if they want to continue to have, there's not taking care of the ball. That's going to be a foul. At least it should be. It will be. So Bridget Golly got it back. It'll be a 1-1 now, as that's the 7th team foul here on Mountain Iron-Buhl.
If I'm going to be honest, I don't like that foul call either.
Well,
because neither team had.
They're saying it's an inbound. It's a 7th team foul. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That should be the 7th. That should be a 1-1. Okay, there we go. I was about to say
I don't like those fouls where nobody has possession, and when they're going for the basketball.
Well,
and neither team really had neither player had advantage to the basketball at that point. So
I'm gonna play devil's advocate because I'm for Brand. No, I'm just kidding. No, I think what they were going for is the fact that Bridget Golly was about to have possession. So I think that's why they wound up calling it. But I certainly get where you're coming from, because I was also kind of like, will this be a foul? But as soon as the whistle blew, I was like, okay, I'm okay with it. But I can certainly see where you're coming from on, yeah, maybe next time it won't be, or
well, it better be next time.
Right?
I mean, if they're going to set that precedence here this afternoon.
No, it won't. No. Meanwhile, here comes the Rangers up on the other side of the court. Here's Norman on the far side. She'll give inside to Wida. Wida now hands it off, and she'll give top of the key here. Here's Norman for 3, and well, that's good again. And I think that's one young lady you may not want to see shoot from outside again. I think they'd be okay with that. She hits another 3, 34-8, but now Braham's got something going offensively. Meanwhile, here is Mackenzie. Oh, just again another bad pass. Farrah Thomas gets the rebound. She'll give on this near side, and they are going to get it to fall with Izzy Wida, 36-8. I mean, they've got to settle it down and just make better passes. They're just not looking where they're throwing this ball right now, and they just got to settle it down.
Well, they're throwing it where the where the players are. What athleticism there by Morgan Rysdam. And that's going to be a jump ball. It'll be Bomber basketball.
Yep.
What athleticism by Morgan Rysdam.
Well, that
to
ball
save
rolled
that
to half court. Just to talk about what you're saying, Morgan Rysdam, her momentum was carrying her over. She somehow was able to keep her body and everything in the offensive zone, keep the ball there, and then also bring herself back and get this ball to be a tie-up. She's got one more year at him.
Yeah.
So it will stay with Braham after the jump ball. They'll throw to Mackenzie Golly, who's left alone underneath the basket. Great awareness there by Braham to find her wide open. And I think we got a bloody nose here for Mountain Iron-Buhl. Not sure what happened there. Hopefully she's okay. Don't want to see anybody get hurt, so hopefully she's okay. But so yes, Mountain Iron-Buhl does lead, but again.
Oh, there's going to be a blood cleanup here.
Oh, did she get it on the court? Okay, well, that gives us time to talk because Braham has finally been able to find a little bit of something to get themselves going. They've gotten to the free throw line. That's been a big thing. They scored 4 straight points at the free throw line. Then they find Mackenzie Golly wide open underneath the basket for 2. They've been able to get a little bit of something, even though it's not a lot. It's just 6 points at this time. They've got something going, and now they need to use that momentum. It's going to be a tall hill to climb, but they've been able to now get a little bit more confidence, and now they're starting to match what Mountain Iron-Buhl is doing.
Yeah, I'd like to see this deficit get below 20 here before the end of the first half. Still 7 minutes left to play here in this first half. A lot of game left, and if you're able to find a way to, sort of figure out this Mountain Iron-Buhl defense, they press quite a bit, which means they're vulnerable towards the back end. So if you're able to get a few baskets on the back end, that could do quite a bit to get back into this one.
Well, and that's what I've been mentioning. If they are going to have success at this point, and they're going to get back into it, they need to continue to drive to the basket, because that's where we've seen a lot of the fouls come from Mountain Iron-Buhl. That's where we've seen a lot of space open up for Braham. But for me, it's more, you need to take care of the basketball when you're driving, because that's where the trouble has come, is they haven't been able to take good care of the basketball. If they can take good care of the basketball, I think they'll be just fine. Meanwhile, this ball gets poked out, goes right to Anaya Thomas for 3. Are you kidding me? You can't ask for a better bounce. And another steal off the inbound. This is Farrah Thomas. She gets the steal. Now along 2 from Anaya, and that's what I'm talking about, just not taking care of the basketball. It's good defense by Mountain Iron-Buhl, but at some point you just have to put it to yourself and go, we got to take better care of it.
16 turnovers on the Bombers.
Ah, man. Meanwhile, here's Davis. Davis, she'll look and now give to Golly. Golly looks. She'll go over to Lenez. Oh, would have liked to see her take that 3, but really good defense there for the defender to come back up and get in position for her to not take that shot. Meanwhile, a three here by Rysdam is no good. Norman gets it, and now on this near side, they'll give to Farrah Thomas. Thomas looking at the basket, fakes, now trying to drive on Emily Davis. She gives out on the far side there to Luukkonen for three. That's going to come up well long, and a rebound there for Mackenzie Gawley. To Davis, up the court to Rysdam. Rysdam pulls it down, she looks, and she'll drive to the top of the key. She's going to drive inside, take it from the free throw line. Oh, she usually makes those. But Mackenzie Gawley right there, she gets 2 rebounds out of that. Nice job, Mackenzie Gawley. And that's what we're talking about, Adam, getting rebounds. Now here's Lennes. Lennes will give on this near side to Rysdam. Rysdam will try and drive. She kicks back here to Mackenzie Gawley. Gawley through some traffic, draws a foul. She'll go and shoot 2.
That possession belonged to Mackenzie Gawley with 2 offensive rebounds and draws the foul and sends her to the line for 2.
That just a great offensive possession overall for Braham. Nines will pick up her 3rd, team's 8th now. But, yeah, you mentioned it. That was really good possession there offensively. And, yes, Mackenzie Gawley, and she makes it count. Yeah, I mean, 2 rebounds. Then she got the pass inside, went through traffic, draws a foul, and now makes the first of 2 free throws. That's the thing that's been impressive about Braham is, hey, when one person's not getting it done, you can go and someone else is going to get it done, and she makes them both.
The rebound disparity is just 9-6 in favor of Mountain Iron-Buhl.
Yeah, there haven't been a ton of rebounds here in this first half, mainly because turnovers have been almost as good as rebounds here for Mountain Iron-Buhl. But now you're starting to see, I think, Braham get into this game a little bit more. They'll just need to try and protect the perimeter as you can't say much better because they're doing a good job. It's just you can't help what Mountain Iron-Buhl is doing because now Anaya Thomas drives inside and is going to get enough spin on that one to get it to fall.
That was a really nice curl there to get the ball.
Meanwhile, Schockman gives over to Davis. Now back on this near side to Rysdam. That was a long pass, Adam. I don't know if I super happy with that one, but they are able to complete it. Now a foul inside. This will be a 1-and-1 opportunity for Emily Davis. And I think they got that one on Norman, if I am seeing correctly. I think, yes, that's who it is. 19 fouls now on MIB. 4:43 to go. And Braham has a chance to get into the double bonus, which would be huge because, unfortunately, a lot of their scoring in this first half has been from the free throw line. But, hey, you're still scoring.
Hey, they still count.
Emily Davis at the free throw line. First one is good, so she'll get another one. So 43-13 is the score on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard here in this Class Single A Girls State Tournament game. Braham trailing MIB. And Davis will ready for her second.
Neans with 3 personal fouls.
And she gets the bounce there and drops it in for both. So it's going to be 43-14. Braham getting back defensively. Emily Davis has to back off there, otherwise she would draw the foul. Great job by her. Farrah Thomas now. She'll kick over on the far side. Can't quite see who that was. I think that's another new young lady. As we get that ball, it's going to be a travel. It is. So turnover goes back to Braham. 20 for MIB is now into the game. And that is Kylie Johnson. Adam, we talk a lot about teams going not so deep. Holy cow, MIB puts going deep to a different level. Here's Schockman, a long three. Oh, man, it almost got there, too. But it's going to be Lennes who gets the rebound. Another 3 for Schockman. Oh, man, couldn't quite get the bounce there. And Lennes, no. It is going to be, who is that? That is Kylie Johnson who's going to get the rebound that time. Man, oh, man, Braham almost 2 opportunities, but just couldn't quite pull in the rebound. This ball going to be turned over. Morgan Rysdam, and this is where they're dangerous, but it's going to be poked out from behind. It will stay with Braham. And Rysdam, unfortunately, she was just gearing down there, going up for the layup. Understandable. But the defender comes up and makes a nice play from behind, but Rysdam's got to keep her head up because that's going to be a foul on the defense. As they...
So that's going to be a foul on Mountain Iron-Buhl, putting Davis to the line. Is that a double bonus? It is.
Well, that's definitely not who got the foul.
No, Davis is setting.
No, they called Farrah Thomas for the foul. That was, I thought it was Wida who pushed over Davis. Obviously, I'm wrong. Davis misses on the first. But yeah, like you mentioned, double bonus now, so Braham can afford to be a little bit more aggressive offensively. Meanwhile, she gets that one to fall. So Davis is 1 of 2 there to make it 43-15. Now, again, we'll take time out here, and we'll keep it here. But, Adam, they have now kept MIB off the board for the last couple possessions, and they've been able to score at the free throw line, albeit that it's not quite where they want it to be. Slowly but surely, they're starting to get into this game.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's still 4 minutes left to go here in this first half, so, cutting this lead down a little bit more here before the halftime break is definitely what Braham wants to see. And also, it would give them confidence, knowing they belong in this basketball game if they're able to, keep up with Mountain Iron-Buhl.
Yeah, this would be huge. And unfortunately, I don't think getting under 20 is going to be quite possible now before half. But if they can get up and they can get to about 25 points and hold MIB under 50, I think we'll be okay if that's the halftime score. If they can keep MIB under 50 and they can get up to about 25, I think that's a win for Braham. Meanwhile, here is Warwaz on this near side, giving it underneath. It's going to be Beck, and it's going to be a foul.
That's going to put Beck to the line with the clock stopped.
Beck gets the steal, and then I'm not quite sure why Holmstrom wrapped around. That was just kind of a silly foul, in my opinion. I mean, I understand the frustration. You want to get the ball back, but I think she's got to be more aware. Your team already has 10 fouls. You're just going to put her to the line. So, yeah, I'm not. If I'm their coach, I might say, hey, we got to pick and choose better where we're going to foul. Meanwhile, Beck is good on that one.
The last field goal for the Bombers was back with 7 minutes left to go in the first half.
Wow. Beck gets that one as well. 2 of 2. Hey, it may not look pretty and it may not be quick, but they're slowly but surely getting into this thing.
Yeah, you're okay being pestering.
Meanwhile, here is Anaya Thomas. She'll kick on the far side to Wida. Wida back top key. Anaya Thomas, that's a 3. And oh my good grief.
There was no, that barely got net.
Wow. Not gonna lie, I thought it was coming up short, but a great shot there from Anaya Thomas. Meanwhile, here's Rysdam. Rysdam will, too far.
Yeah, overshoots Beck.
That's one of those where I just feel like maybe there's a better option somewhere. More high percentage look, but it is going to be another turnover.
Look for watch out for the reach.
Yeah, that will. So she's going to get called for it. Now a 1-and-1 as that's the 7th team foul on Braham. So Shockman picks up her first. And it's going to be Anaya Thomas at the line for a 1-and-1.
Mountain Iron-Buhl is 8 for 12 from 3.
So 46-17. Anaya Thomas will shoot the 1-and-1, and this one good. Nope.
She stepped over the line, so no good.
Wow. So it's going to go and be Braham ball. So you talked about how well they're shooting from 3, Adam. On the season, it's pretty good. Shooting about 43 as Nyans, Wida 33, 40 for Thomas, so not bad.
Yeah, that'll get it done.
Meanwhile, Beck has it now, and she will look. She'll give it up the court here to Shockman. Shockman will kick over to Rysdam. Rysdam is going to take the 3. Good!
Big shot there by Morgan Rysdam.
Hey, Adam, remember I said they may not have a chance to cut it under 20? I was wrong. 2.5 minutes to go in the first half. Anaya Thomas will drive. She'll kick back outside to Holmstrom. Holmstrom will pull it down. She's going to get the foul call. Yeah, it's a right foul call,
right.
But it's just tough.
Kind of had to foul there because she had a head of steam for a layup.
And I think they're going to call. I didn't see who they called it on.
Morgan Rysdam got the foul.
Oh, they did, okay. Meanwhile, the first one is up and no good here by Holmstrom, so.
Morgan Rysdam with just 1 foul.
Holmstrom missing on the first. She'll get another opportunity here. This one is going to be good. So she's 1 of 2 to make it 47-20. Meanwhile, inbound to Rysdam, now to Shockman. Shockman will look and scan the defense. She'll look, give over on the far side, and now up the court to Beck. Beck finds herself wide open up on that far side, trying to go underneath the Gawley, and Gawley.
It was the right throw, but just a little bit too hot on the pass.
Yeah, it was. She was wide open again. They've found that play more than once now this morning. And that one just a tad too strong for Golly, but hey, I like the fact that the offense is now getting the looks they want.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. The looks are there.
Meanwhile, here is a three. It is, you betcha, good from Warwaz.
Make it 9 for 13. That is 69%.
50-20 now is the score, so they won't be able to hold them under 20, but can they keep them from getting the score even more? Here's Shockman. Oh, she just mishandled the dribble. I mean, it even wasn't a steal. She just kind of mishandled the dribble, and oh, my good golly. Rysam fouls, and unfortunately, the player falls into the blocker there.
Well,
wow.
Good. That's why they have a pad there, I suppose.
Yeah, Rysam will pick up her second foul, team's 9th. It'll be 2 shots here for Weta. And, again, that was a case where she had to foul. She tried to get all ball, but, well, the hand was there. And Weta, no good on that one. Certainly shaken up from that fall. But we're going to get another new young lady in for MIB. This is now, 13, 14 deep for MIB. This is impressive, Adam. In a state game, no less.
Right.
I think that's the more impressive thing. Meanwhile, Weta, no good on that one as well. Beck gets the rebound. Out the court again to Golly, a little too high, and it will be another turnover for Braham. Into the game for MIB is number 15. That's Maddie Johnson. So usually, Adam, in a state game, you'll see the bench get cut down a little bit.
Right.
No, not for MIB. Meanwhile, here is the run from Olin. Olin inside. Now outside, top of the key here to Weta. Weta going to try and drive around Rysam. Nothing there, so she kicks to Olin. Olin for 3. That's going to be no good.
So they can miss from outside.
Holmstrom is able to get the rebound, and again, just Braham not able to box out well enough on that.
And that's going to be an offensive
rebound.
foul.
And this will be on, I think they got 1. And that's going to be on Anna Holmstrom, her second. Obviously, Braham into the double bonus, but because it's an offensive foul, it will not be any shots from Braham. It will just be an inbound. Here is Shockman with 1:23 to go in the first half. She'll inbound here to Davis, Davis now give back to Shockman. Shockman up to Davis. Davis scanning the defense, trying to find her next outlet. She brings it past the timeline. Had Rysam open for a moment. That's where she'll go. On the far side now, Rysam pulls it down. Looks to the top of the key, give on this near side to Shockman. Shockman over to Davis. Davis looking. He's going to take the 3, and that's going to come up well short, but there's Rysam. Oh, she stepped out of bounds. So she did get the rebound, but her heel must have come down out of bounds, so it will go back to MIB off the turnover. 50-20 is our score. Here's the inbound now to Olin. Olin will take it forward for the Rangers. She'll get past the timeline and then switch directions. Now switching directions again with the behind-the-back dribble. She's looking, trying to get it to a cutting Norman, who gets a bounce and drops it in for 2.
Got around Rysam and got it to go.
Here's the inbound to Davis. Now to Rysam. Rysam letting the defenders get forward. Now she's going to dribble quickly past them. Now give to Davis, Beck on this near side, and Rysam will take the long 2. It's going to be no good. Gets her own rebound and drops it in for 2.
Morgan Rysam has 6 points here tonight. This morning, mind you.
52-22. The shot is up and going to be no good. And again, another shot that Braham was just not able to get to for a rebound. It's going to be a tie up. It will be MIB ball. And Adam, yet another new young lady in for MIB. This is Zobi Zubik. We'll check into the game. This is impressive. We're going to get into why it's impressive, so impressive for the state tournament. But meanwhile, here's Olin. Olin will now give it to Maddie Johnson. Maddie Johnson, we're going to get, is that on defense? Or yeah, it is going to be defensive.
It's going to be on
foul.
Shockman.
Yeah.
And that's going to be her second.
That'll be a little bit of a frustration foul, I think, there. So it's going to be the team's 10th, and this will put
ironically enough, this is where you want them because they're shooting 5 from 11 from the free throw line. Everywhere else they're shooting seemingly 65%.
You just did the announcer's jinx. What are you doing? She makes the first.
It's just wild to me when that happens.
Now, if she makes the second, you're in trouble. No.
I'm walking home.
And nope, they're going to wave it off again. She went over the line. So she'll only get 1 of 2. Okay, you're forgiven.
Hey, thanks, Ethan.
53-22, 7.5 seconds to go here in the first. Inbound to Rysam, and obviously the last they're hoping they can get the last shot off anyways. 4, 3, 2, 1. Davis puts it up. Oh, it was there, and it's just going to be off the mark. Good-looking shot from Davis, but that is going to bring us to halftime. 53-22 is the score, with the Rangers up over Braham on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Well, we're going to go ahead and hear a word from our fine sponsors. When we come back, we will have our halftime show, which is brought to you by Hones Auto Body and Glass in Mora.
In service to one, in service to all, for over 100 years, the Pine City Knights of Columbus has donated thousands of dollars and volunteered countless hours to many great programs in the Pine City community. Stay tuned for more information about their upcoming events. They need your support at these events to help raise funds for the continued support of these programs.
Eat better, buy more, spend less is more than a slogan at Chris's Food Center. From fresh produce to top quality meats and prime rib dinner served every Friday night. Visit Chris's Food Center in Sandstone or check out their weekly deals at chrissfoodcenter.com.
The anytime for anyone that's got a little of everything for that special someone. Northern Bloom and Gifts in Sandstone. Northern Bloom carries handmade, one-of-a-kind gifts. And whether you want to pick up a bouquet of flowers on the way home or have them delivered to the ones you love, think Northern Bloom and Gifts in Sandstone.
Arrow Building Center in Siren is your leading name throughout the Midwest with trusted brands for your building supplies and services. Arrow Building Center has been providing contractors, homeowners, and do-it-yourselfers with quality products and expert service for all projects, big and small, for many decades. No matter the size of your next project, Arrow Building Center is at your service. And don't forget, free, yes, free delivery, always. Stop on by Arrow Building Center in Siren, conveniently located off Highway 70, or visit them online at abc-clc.com.
How do you want to be celebrated? A church service, a celebration of life in a chapel, maybe even cremation with an outdoor gathering. Many of these things can be taken care of ahead of time and can be affordable. Methvin Funeral and Cremation has the resources and expertise to help you plan ahead. Learn how you can make the decisions now that will make things easier for your family in the future. Methvin Funeral and Cremation in Mora, Hinckley, Isle, and Sandstone, or find them online at methvinfuneralhome.com.
Need a prescription or medication advice? Wellia Health's community pharmacies in Mora and Pine City are open Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Our friendly pharmacists are here to answer your questions and to help with prescription transfers. Call us at Pine City 320-322-5141 or Mora 320-679-3999 or visit welliahealth.org.
If you're gonna stop and fuel up, you might as well stop at your Pine City Freeway Holiday Station store. And if you need a little something for that party, right now save on Rice Krispie Sheet Treat, just $14.99. Sweet Chaos Drizzled Popcorn are just $2 for $8. Snack Time Frosted Pretzels only $5.99 each. Ghirardelli Milk Chocolate Snowmen are just $7.99. And Shirley Temple 7-Up 12-packs, 2 for $12. Fill up, load up, and save at your Pine City Freeway Holiday Station store today.
Here's the pitch.
Here's the pitch in North Branch, the area's premier indoor batting cages and training facility. Coaches, when you need space that's air conditioned or heating with enough room to get in some team training, book Here's the Pitch. Fixing swings, catchers using the state-of-the-art machines, breaking in bats, whatever the team needs to dominate next season. Let Here's the Pitch elevate their game. Here's the Pitch in the North Branch Outlet Mall.
Your journey to a smile you'll love forever starts at Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners. With locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget whether you have insurance or not. Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics. A smile you'll embrace forever.
The mushroom melt is back at A&W. How does this sound? Sautéed seasoned mushrooms and onions with melted Swiss cheese on your choice of a juicy burger or grilled chicken. Then add golden French fries and a medium soft drink. It's the mushroom melt and fries combo at A&W. Now, top it off with a classic A&W root beer float featuring vanilla soft serve and made fresh root beer, all in a frosty mug. Or how about the A&W root beer freeze? Signature combos and delicious treats always at your local A&W restaurant in Pine City.
Back here on WCMP and KBEK, it's time for your halftime show, brought to you by Hones Auto Body and Glass in Mora. They have, I should say, 44 years of experience getting vehicles back on the road. Plus, they've got those state-of-the-art facilities over there in Mora. Thanks to Hones Auto Body and Glass, your spot for your collision and mechanical needs. Taking a look at halftime, the Bombers trail on that Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard, 53-22. Taking a look at the stat leaders here for MIB. Paige Norman has 15, 14 for Anaya Thomas, 8 for Izzy Wida, 6 for Anna Nyans, and then you've got 3 spread out for Warwaz, Thomas, and Holmstrom, and 1 for Olin. They had 10 steals and 12 team fouls. On the other side for Zach Loy's squad, the Bombers were led by Morgan Rysdam with 8 points, 4 for Golly, 3 for both Beck and Davis, and then 2 for Schockman. They only had 3 steals. They did have the 1 block and 10 team fouls. That block came in, one of the first plays of the game from Beck, and thought and hopefully it was going to be a tone setter. It was for a moment, but Mountain Iron-Buhl came out and just put a display on. But, Adam, we'll quickly get into kind of what happened in the first half, but you got to be impressed with how Braham overcame that extremely tough start. Now, again, turnovers were still a problem here in this later stages of the first half, but they got things going, and they looked leaps and bounds better than what they did in the first 8, 9, 10 minutes.
Well, I think it was 41-10 at one point, and they've been going blow for blow with them over the past 4 or so minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, they've been able to find what they want to do, still turning the ball over a little bit too much, but they're seeing that some things. I mean, Mountain Iron-Buhl is not bulletproof, as they probably know, losing to them up in Mountain Iron-Buhl back earlier this season.
And it was a really tough start to the first half. Turnovers, and that's really the main thing to talk about is turnovers. They just could not hold on to the ball, and while it did get better in the late stages of the first half, it still was not clean enough as they continued to turn the ball over. So one of the biggest things here in the second half, I think for Braham, even if you have to take a step back on the team speed, is just, again, slowing things down, making sure you're making those high percentage passes, not throwing it into too much traffic, not making those long passes, and obviously unless the player's wide open like Golly has been, but making sure you're making the passes that, again, are clean passes. And because I think of the situation, they've been overshooting them a little bit because of the adrenaline and stuff, which is to be expected, but they just got to really take a deep breath and settle down because, again, we've seen them rushing things, and I think that's why they haven't been able to take care of the ball as well as they would like to have in that first half.
Well, I mean, we talk a lot about turnovers and how devastating they are. Obviously, they mean you lose your offensive possession, but a good team like Mountain Iron-Buhl can take those turnovers and turn them into points. And, I mean, not just the 21 turnovers there in the first half. Mountain Iron-Buhl was able to turn those turnovers into 37 points. And guess what? They're down 31 points.
Yeah, Mountain Iron-Buhl has no doubt been impressive. They're the team to beat, I think, at this point. And they've made a bunch of threes. What was the percentage from three, Adam, once again?
64.3% from three. That's 9 for 14.
So 65%. NBA teams can't do that in a game.
Right.
They maybe get up to 40, 43. 64% is just I don't care what level of basketball. That is unheard of. I mean, you watch March Madness, you can't even do it. I mean, it is just impressive the way they've been able to shoot.
Well, you have Norman shooting 3 for 3 from beyond the arc, 2 for 2 from Thomas, 2 for 3 from Nians, and then 1 for 1 from Warwas. So it's not just one player who's doing this.
No, they've got multiple players, and that goes into the next thing I wanted to talk about. This team went deep in their bench. Other than the starting five, they went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players, Adam. That's 12 different athletes who had over 2 minutes of court time in that first half. Why is that such a big thing, Adam? Well, you just don't see that, especially at the state tournament, because that's usually when you start to shrink your bench a little bit. That's when you shrink the bench and go, okay, we're just going to keep these players out there. Yes, we'll still stay fresh, but we don't need to go as deep. This team said, nah, we're going to go the entire depth. 12 players, Adam, who had more than 2 minutes on the court. Obviously, the two that are, well, actually one that is close is Zubik, but both Johnson had over, I think, 4 minutes. Maddie Johnson had 4. Kylie Johnson would probably have about 7, I think, but it's impressive, and it's extra impressive because, like you mentioned, everyone's getting it done.
Yeah, I mean, if you can trust your bench, you're in such a good spot because not only can you allow your starters to take a little bit of a rest, you don't lose much when they get on the bench.
Well, Adam, speaking of losing much, this team won't. They got 3 seniors.
Yeah.
3 seniors, Adam.
Have fun, Section 7A.
3 seniors. They're all going to be back next year and be as deep as they were this year. It's almost not fair for other teams. But that is going to do it for our Hones Auto Body and Glass halftime show. We are going to get ready for our second half of action here at Maturi Pavilion on the campus of the U of M, where we've got a celebrity in the stands here.
Minnesota high school basketball royalty.
Yes. Well, why don't you, I mean, you kind of know who she is. So who is she to everybody?
Yeah, Rebecca Dahlman. She's the 2012 Miss Minnesota basketball. Went on to play at Vanderbilt and DePaul. But she did hold the scoring record for the state of Minnesota until Tori Orline beat it earlier this year. Then Maddie Greenway took that over here in the state tournament.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I would have loved to have seen Orline and Greenway in the championship game. That would have been – I would have come. I would have come to that game to watch because there was no way I was just going to sit and watch it from home. You got to see those two in play. Now, Braham will start the ball here in the second half, trying to give it inside to Beck, but it's going to be stolen away by Nyans, and then we're going to get an offensive charge here on the Rangers to begin the second half. This one's going to go against Warwaz. Her first, team's first.
Mackenzie Golly had enough time to start a P.O. box down there.
She did. It's also not easy, Adam, to know you're going to get a hit like that and just take it.
Hey, this Bomber team likes physicality.
There is no doubt about that. Meanwhile, here's Emily Davis. She brings it up the court. She'll look back to Shockman. Shockman can't pull it in cleanly, but she finally pulls it down. Now gives here to Davis. Over to Beck. Rysdam, a long three is there.
Big shot there by Morgan Rysdam.
53-25 now. Here comes Anaya Thomas. Trying to go around the defender, but pulls it down. Gives on the far side now. Wide open Warwaz. Hey.
They missed.
Beck will get the rebound here for Braham, and now it's Rysdam to bring it forward. Past the timeline, she looks, glances at the defense, looks to the far side. She'll go to Shockman. Shockman pulls it down, wanted to go inside. There was just nothing there, so smart play. Now she'll look to Beck. Beck will travel back to get this ball now on this near side to Rysdam. Rysdam pulls it down, trying to get around 2 defenders. She allows the defense to kind of get set, and now the offense resets. Now she's going to take it to the basket. She draws a foul, and she'll go and shoot 2.
That's going to be on Norman, and that's going to be her second. So Rysdam has an opportunity to score with the clock stopped.
Yeah, and that's key in this second half for Braham. If they can score as much as they can with the clock stopped, well, that will certainly help because it's 20-plus points is the difference, and they can score, man, and get back into this one. It'll be from that free throw line. Meanwhile, she makes 1 of 2, and here comes Anaya Thomas just using that speed to get around. Now over to Nyans. Nyans is no good from 3. Beck trying to get the rebound. Instead, it's going to be Shockman. I didn't think she was going to come away with it, but Shockman came out of absolutely nowhere. Did she have a portal or something? She came out of thin air. Shockman now will give over on this near side to Davis. Davis looks for a screen from Golly. Instead, she'll drive to the basket. Adam, I love this from Braham, but missed there. And Norman will get the rebound. But I love the fact that they're taking it to the basket and just saying, you're going to have to foul us to get us to miss. And almost got the foul there, just unfortunately a little bit short. Meanwhile, this is going to be stolen away by Mackenzie Golly. She has really stepped up here in this game as now Emily Davis brings it past the timeline. On this near side, into a bit of there were 3 players there, but now it's to Beck. Now on this near side to Shockman. Shockman pulls it down. She looks for a screen from Beck. Beck almost, unfortunately, backed into her, and now that shot going to miss. And Anaya Thomas will get the rebound, and she'll bring it forward. She gives on this near side here to Nyans. Nyans will pull it down. Blocked by Golly. Adam, it's Golly with the block.
Right.
Beck with the steal. Inside, Rysdam gets fouled.
So that's going to be the second team foul on Mountain Iron-Buhl. Rangers have yet to score here in the second half.
That is going to go against Anaya Thomas, and this will be 2 for Morgan Rysdam.
And that's going to send Rysdam to the line for 2. 1 for 2 from the line so far.
So here is Rysdam. And off the front of the rim. That one's no good. But, man.
Now, Rysdam did miss that, but Braham is shooting pretty well from the free throw line, 13 for 17. That's good for 76.5%. That'll get it done.
Oh, yeah. Rysdam gets the friendly roll. So 1 of 2, 53-27. And here comes, I think that's Weeda to the basket. And, ooh.
That got away with a foul there, too.
So Weeda's going to score 2. And I know 100% why they brought Weeda in. She's the speed. Weeda is the absolute burner for MIB. And that is exactly why they brought her in for Nyans, because if you watch that last possession, Adam, she just ran right through, and no one had an answer because of that speed. As we see Braham give up this ball, man, feel bad for Davis because she almost had it, but just couldn't tightrope that sideline. Now here's, it's a travel.
And it's going to be another turnover on the Rangers.
Well,
that's 3 in this half alone.
And what you notice here from Braham is they're kind of allowing them to drive inside, but then they clamp down as they get inside the paint, and defensively they're coming to life now. Give here to Beck. Beck finds Rysdam, pass just a little bit behind her. Would have liked to seen that lead her a little bit, but now here's the pass on this near side to Davis. It's going to be knocked out of bounds, and it will stay with Braham. So somebody didn't like the call, but that was pretty clearly off of MIB. Not quite sure what their gripe was there. We're going to get it.
And it's on the sideline. How could he call that? No, we can't see it.
Yeah.
There's no way I would have been able to see that.
It was. I thought it was close to maybe getting a little bit of contact there, but the defender did a good job to kind of lay off as soon as Golly got that one. Meanwhile, here's Farrah Thomas, give to Anaya for 3. That's going to be no good. Beck can't quite reel it in, and I can't see who pulled it down. I think that was Weeda. Now the give here to Warwaz. Warwaz trying to go inside underneath. Now back out. And, wow, she missed. That's Norman who missed. This ball is going to be up for grabs, and Golly just couldn't quite spot it as she fell to the floor, and it's going to go out of bounds, and it will stay with MIB.
Mountain Iron-Buhl is so good passing the basketball.
The Rangers will get to inbound once again. Thomas trying to go underneath. Now she'll go to the top to Farrah Thomas. Through some traffic. That one's up, no good. And this ball's still up for grabs. And finally, it's into the hands of Emily Davis. They've got...
Oh, there was a 3-on-1 opportunity.
Did they call this on MIB? Yeah.
Oh, they're going to call a foul.
On Farrah Thomas. That's her 4th. No. Yes. Okay, they did. So Farrah Thomas gets called for the foul.
But Braham had a 3-on-1 opportunity over here on the offensive end.
I didn't see the foul, Adam, if I'm being honest.
Well, that's because it was so far behind the play.
Yeah. Meanwhile, here's Davis. Davis will kick on the far side to Schockman. Well, it's going to be knocked out of bounds by Thomas, so it will stay with Braham.
Now, I know there's not much you can do about it because that's not really a clear path because it wasn't a foul on the ball handler, but it effectively has the same effect.
Yeah. Meanwhile, here's the inbound to Rysdam. Rysdam will look and get back to Schockman. Schockman now giving to Golly. Golly looking over to Rysdam again. Rysdam going to try and drive. Kick underneath to Davis. That's a foul. She'll go to line and shoot 2. This is what I wanted to see in the first half, Adam. Just go underneath the basket, draw the fouls, and get to the free throw line. And they're executing that greatly here in the second half. Warwaz will pick up her second team foul. Or her second foul, rather, team's 5th. There you go. I'll figure it out. And, again, Davis at the line to shoot 2.
I'm always in awe of players who obviously foul, argue with the call. When it's so completely obvious. And she was not the first. She's not the last.
No.
She is not even in the minority.
No.
Most players do this.
Yes.
It is just funny to me that you're like,
no,
how
I
do
didn't.
you not think you fouled there? I mean...
And Emily Davis hits them both. Yeah, it is kind of interesting to watch the arguments. It's like, no, that was pretty clear.
Yeah.
I don't know where you're trying to argue, but maybe you can. Maybe you can get something. Meanwhile, Anaya Thomas, good drive.
Ooh.
Gets that basket.
Really good
to fall.
athleticism by Thomas.
57-29.
I got to stop saying that because it's happening all the time.
Here is Davis, the give up to Rysam, now to Gawley. Gawley back to Rysam. She's able to pull. Ooh, that could have been a foul as well, as Rysam loses that one. It's going to be a jump ball. And the possession arrow will point the way of MIB. Yes.
I'm really not sure what that guy is arguing about.
Yeah, no, I don't know if you guys can hear me. That's why we're kind of commenting on it, because we don't want you to hear it and make you think it's us.
Yeah.
He's not too pleased with some of the calls. I'm not sure what he's seeing, though. All of it was clean, and then we got a tie-up. So either way, back to the action. Wida with it. She'll give it to Thomas. Anaya Thomas now over on the far side there to Olin. Olin will now give here to Luukkonen. Luukkonen back on this near side to Wida. Wida waits, directing traffic give to Nia Thomas. Thomas thought about three. She'll pull it down and give to Luukkonen. Luukkonen on the far side. It's lost inside to Gawley, and she will get the steal and give it up to Rysam. Rysam going to take it.
And she carried it. She did.
I was going to say it looked either like she was, I couldn't tell, but it did look a tad awkward there. And unfortunately, that will give it back to MIB. And you almost can't blame her there because the hand was coming at the ball, so she just did what she could to keep it away. Unfortunately, she carried it there, and there's going to be a travel.
So back-to-back violations.
Yeah, and we're going to get a timeout here by MIB. Quick on that. We've seen those in spots where it's like, man, it's just not in traffic. It's not in a lot of where you kind of wouldn't see it happen a lot. So very interesting to see. Meanwhile, be a timeout here for the Rangers. 57-29, a much better start to this half than the first, quite obviously. But still, there have only been 7 points scored for Braham and 4 for MIB. It's kind of a slow-going half, albeit Braham has a little bit of the advantage.
Yeah, Braham has been doing a lot better defensively, and while they still have 5 turnovers here in this first half, that's still better than here in the second half. That's still better than the first half, where they had 21.
So both teams back out onto the court. Shockman will get set to inbound for Braham, and then they will go to Rysam, and should have went elsewhere with that one. It's stolen away off the inbound by Wida, and the foul on Rysam.
Yeah, Rysam picks up her 3rd foul.
And it wasn't like that was an egregious foul on Rysam. She just kind of got caught in the foot. But that's one, Adam, where you just, you just got to have a better sense of where to go with the basketball, because I know they're trying to get it there, and I know what they're trying to do is trying to get Rysam open to bring it up the court, but they're just forcing things a little bit. Meanwhile, here is Wida from outside. That's going to be no good, and yes, Davis will get the rebound. Davis will bring it forward now, trying to get the offense set. She gets a screen from Rysam. Rysam will then work the other way, and Davis wanted to go to Rysam, but then Rysam went the other way, but Rysam comes back for the ball. Now to Shockman, now to Gawley. Gawley at the top of the key, gives on this near side Rysam. Rysam will look back to Gawley on the far side, Shockman. Shockman holding it over her head. She now pulls it down and gives back to Gawley with under 10 to shoot. Gawley going to try and drive. She gives here to Davis. Davis, the turnaround jumper is good!
Big 3 there by Emily Davis. We've seen a lot more of that here in the playoffs.
57-32, but they didn't get back on defense.
And an answer there by Nians.
Yeah, Nians gets the 3 to make it 60-32. Meanwhile, up the court they go. Gawley, good job realizing where she was at on the court. And now trying to give it to Davis, and that ball going to go well off the mark. Adam, again, we hate to repeat ourselves, but man, yet another one that goes over the head and just not taking good care of the basketball. Certainly not as good as they would like to. So MIB has it back as that ball goes out of bounds. Meanwhile, top of the key, Olin thought about 3. She pulls it down, gives it to Nia Thomas on this near side. Thomas will try and drive. Now on the far side, they give there to Olin, but it goes through her hands, and we see a pass there that goes awry for MIB. So this will go back to Braham on the turnover. And Shockman will inbound. This time Ram is wide open, so an easy inbound to her. But she's going to be double teamed, and she's going to find Gawley up the court wide open. Now hand to Shockman. Shockman going to try and take advantage. Drive inside. This is a foul, and she goes to shoot 2. This is going to go against Norman, her 3rd, team's 6th. And again, Shockman will shoot 2. Well, I can't say enough. I just love the fact that they're just taking it to the basket and refusing to take no for an answer, as that one is going to be missed. And I think that's what you got to do against MIB. You just got to tell them, hey, we're not afraid to take it to the basket.
That's where their success has come here in the second half.
Meanwhile, Shockman, the second one, no good. It's going to be MIB ball. So knocked out of bounds, unfortunately, by Rysdam. It was close, but it will be MIB ball. So 0 for 2 there, Shockman at the free throw line. 11-11 to go. And here's the inbound now to Wida. Wida brings it forward, trying to get around Rysdam. Had it poked out for a moment, but she holds on to it. And now this pass going to go behind the back of Thomas and out of bounds, and it will go back to Braham. So the second possession in a row that MIB throws one awry, and it will be Braham ball. Well, that's not very nice. I think we're supposed to be respectful when we shout things. Meanwhile, here's Rysdam on the screen from Beck, and Rysdam drops it in for 2. Great screen by Beck.
Trigonometry teachers are going to love that with the angle.
60-34. Meanwhile, give on the far side there to Nyans. Nyans trying to drive. This one nearly stolen away. It is Beck. And
she's going to be fouled, and Braham is in the bonus.
There you go. This, I think, is going to go against Norman, and if that's the case, that's her 4th. Adam, this is going to be big. It is. So not only are they in the bonus, Adam, that is Norman's 4th. And why is that big? This should be a 1-and-1.
One of the officials knew, so already with 10.5 minutes left.
There we go.
They're going to send Beck to the line for the bonus.
This is because Norman, again, she was the big-time shooter in that first half for Mountain Iron-Buhl. And now you get her with 4 fouls. She has to check out for probably a good handful of minutes here, Adam. Although MIB pretty deep, so they do recoup that talent right away. But this is still big for Braham. Meanwhile, Beck makes the first. Beck is in pretty good from the line here. This one going to come up short, and that's going to be Braham ball. Oh, my heavens. Oh, my heavens.
Oh, the officials are going to talk about it.
That is absolutely Braham ball. That went off of a Mountain Iron-Buhl player. Yes, thank you.
Okay, so it is going to be Braham basketball.
Yeah, I'm glad they came together because that, that would have been not good. Okay, sir. Well, just in case you want to make calls yourself, you can go to the MSHSL website and become a referee. Just remember that. Shockman will inbound to Lenez, back to Shockman. Shockman, along 2, is going to come up wide, and that will be Warwaz with the rebound. She'll now give it up here to Holmstrom. Holmstrom will kick on the far side there to Nyans. Nyans, oh my goodness. And that's going to be off the mark. Beck will
that was from St. Paul.
Yeah, it was from a ways, man. Now give here to Davis. Davis to Rysdam. Rysdam, 3. Good.
Ooh. Okay. Lead is down to 22.
Thomas, a deep pass, and they are able to pull it in. Now kick outside, top of the key here. It's Holmstrom over to Thomas. That's good. Anaya Thomas for 3.
And that's why they're so good.
63-38. Inbound, and now Shockman gives here to Rysdam. Rysdam back to Shockman. Shockman looks to Rysdam. Rysdam over there, I think that is Davis. Davis takes it inside, then back out. And now she'll look to set things up. Give to Beck. Beck will look back to Davis. Davis, they want to go inside, but there's just nothing open right now. It's closed like Chick-fil-A on Sundays. Meanwhile, on this near side, Rysdam to Shockman. Oh, man, they want it. How is that not a foul? Nyan's going to get the steal and no good on the 2, and then
that's going to be a foul on,
I think,
Mount
Thomas.
Iron-Buhl.
Well, there should have been a possible foul on them on the Shockman poke out.
So that's going to put Rysam to the line for the bonus.
Now, who is this on, though? It's on one of the Thomases. Both of them were down there. I didn't quite see who it went on. I think it might be Anaya Thomas because they got her with 3. I think that's who it's going to be on.
Now, just a heads up, I have seen a Braham squad just next door come back from down 20 with 6 minutes left to play in the state tournament.
This one's good.
So just, I'm not saying, I'm just saying.
Hey, it is the state tournament.
Hey, and we've seen Braham find some success as well here in the second half.
Rysam good on both. Let me tell you what, they have found their footing now, and it's 63-40, and they have got things going their way right now. So here is Nyans. Outside, give to Anaya Thomas. She'll look to Farrah Thomas. Ooh, you see that? Rysam is now starting to feel it here defensively, too. Meanwhile, Anaya Thomas for 3. That is just, I mean, it's so tough to defend. You can say, yes, better defense. She had a defender right there. It's just, just good shooting. Meanwhile, here's Davis. Davis, nice weave her way through traffic, through a hand, and there's no call there. They'll say no foul. Meanwhile, Davis gets her own rebound. Kick to the far side, Rysam. Oh, my goodness. Nice job there pulling that one down. Now give here to Beck on this near side. Shockman. Oh, just off the mark, and it'll be rebounded by Warwaz. Oh, and it's stolen away like Rysam playing free safety out there. Rysam. They're going to try and drive. That's a foul on Anaya Thomas. That'll be her 4th. And the team's 9th now in MIB. And if they were to get 10 at them, holy cow.
With 8 minutes left.
Talk about advantage, Braham. Again, if you'd like to be a referee, you can go to the MSHSL website and become one yourself, and you can make the calls.
So Rysam is 4 for 6 from the line. Braham is shooting 73.1% from the free throw line here today.
Got some shuffling here for MIB as, again, they take Anaya Thomas out because of the fourth foul, so she'll sit for at least a couple minutes. Meanwhile, Rysam good on the first.
Now, this second half is kind of what we expected to see here coming into this one this morning.
I think one referee just quick telling Rysam, hey, watch the line. We're close on the last one. This one is good as well. So Rysam is good again from the free throw line to make it 66-42. Still a lot of work to do, but they're starting to really get things go their way. Well, here's Farrah Thomas, kick outside. Didn't see who took the shot. I think it was Wida.
And just, I mean, every time you seem to be making a run, Mount Iron-Buhl is able to cut that with a 3.
Well, and when you can shoot from 3 like they can, it's almost impossible to stop. Here's Bridget Golly. She wanted to go inside, but...
And that's going to be a foul on Bridget Golly. Just the team's second, though.
Yeah. She's just trying to make a play, trying to get the ball back, so... And you can you look over at Loy and Heisman. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Get back and do it again.
Man, this poor shooting by the Mount Iron-Buhl Rangers here in the second half from the three-point line has dropped them to 56.5%.
Wow. And again, you still don't see that type of shooting at the highest levels in a whole game. Meanwhile, this ball is going to be turned over as the pass was a little bit behind Wida.
And yes, there have been some wide open opportunities, but Braham has been defending them relatively well on the perimeter.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. Like, yes, they have been dropping in threes, but it's not like Braham hasn't been guarding them well, because they have. Nice give underneath the Bridget Golly from Lauren Lenez. That is a assist worth mentioning. Maybe the assist of the game there.
And up and under there by Bridget Golly.
Meanwhile, here's a 3. Wida, why not? Yeah, I mean, at some point you're going to have to play a little bit closer because they're just not afraid to take them in the face of the defender, and there's not much you can do if you're Braham, so I don't know what else to say. Meanwhile, timeout here. We'll take a timeout as well.
When Minnesota winter hits hard, you want a heating expert who gets Central Minnesota. That's Dale's Heating and Appliance, your hometown pros for furnaces, repairs, and smart upgrades that keep your home warm without burning cash. Locally owned, trusted for decades. Fast, honest service from people who live where you live. Stay warm, Minnesota. Dale's Heating and Appliance, the local heating experts who've got you covered. Visit dalesheatingandappliance.com to set up your consultation today.
Stay connected with ECE Fiber. Get fast, reliable internet for your work from home needs. No more lag during virtual meetings. Manage your account easily with the ECE Fiber mobile app. ECE Fiber, simple, local, reliable. Visit orderecefiber.com. That's orderecefiber.com.
Back here on KBK and Nice 95.5 FM, Game Day Gilman and Adam Hefty out here at Maturi Pavilion on the campus of the U of M for this girls' state basketball game in Class Single A. Braham trailing MIB 72-44. They've already doubled what they scored in the first half, Adam. Now they're trying, or not double, they have scored what they scored in the first half, and we've still got just under 7.5 to go in the second half.
Yeah, Braham has been doing a lot better as Bridget Golly down the lane. She is blocked.
Oh, she hit her head.
She's going to get fouled.
She hit her head. Oh, let's hope she's okay. My goodness, man. Golly, we hope she's all right. Oh, man, we're going to go ahead and take a break.
Arrowhead Transit, your community, your ride. Arrowhead Transit is proud to support this station and bring you reliable public transportation in your community. Whether you need to get to work, school, or the doctor's office, our friendly drivers and comfortable buses are here to serve you. We're committed to connecting communities and making transportation accessible for everyone. Arrowhead Transit is your community partner in getting around. Arrowhead Transit is a supporting sponsor of the station and is dedicated to supporting our local communities.
So Bridget Golly went up, was fouled. She came down hard. She did hit her head. She was going to stay out there, Adam.
She was trying to.
She would have, and I think she's arguing. She's like, "Let me out there. I am fine." Unfortunately, because of the injury, she has to come out for at least a play, much like every other sport. But that is the 10th team foul now on MIB as Avery Schockman will take her place to take the shots. I didn't see who it was on, Adam. Did you?
I did not.
Well, we got 3 on 11. That might be her. Yeah, it is on Warwas. Meanwhile, Schockman can't get that one to fall, and we're going to get a foul on Braham.
That's going to be on Lenez.
Yeah, so Lenez will pick up her first. Team's only third, but
it's hard to argue with that call because Braham only has 3 fouls here in the second half. So I'll just keep my mouth shut because
I will. I'll say it. Fine, I'll do it. It was close. I mean, you could have argued that, that was not enough for a foul. But
3 fouls this half compared to Mountain Iron-Buhl's 10.
I don't care. No, I'm kidding. Obviously, it's...
You can sign up to be an official. No.
Yes. Meanwhile, on this near side, MIB, I think that was Wida. That's going to be no good. And there is Schockman with the rebound. And we've got a couple of bodies on the floor. This is going to be poked out from behind. It will stay with Braham. So... here's the inbound for Schockman. Back to Lenez, back to Schockman. That's going to be no good, even though it was a well set up play, but just unable to convert that into 2. Now here comes MIB the other way, trying to drive. Kick outside. Here's a 3 from Wida. That's going to be no good, and that's going to be a foul on MIB again. Yep, that's going to be a push. Again, the technical call would be an over the back, but since that is not a call in high school, it's going to be a push. That's going to be on Luukkonen.
Hey, this is the exact call that they called on Norton Lenez.
Yes.
So let's...
although I don't think Lenez was as egregious, but... Hey, but like you were mentioning earlier, they're consistent.
Yeah, that's all you're hoping for. Within reason, of course.
Right. Schockman will shoot another 2. This one is good. But again, if you want to become a referee... No. So 72-46, Bridget Golly back into the game. Not surprised.
Yeah.
She is tough. Here's Schockman. And this one going to be no good. So 1 or 2 again for Schockman as this is rebounded by the Rangers. It is Wida. Kick over there to Farrah Thomas. She'll try and drive. She stops, picks up her dribble, kick back now to Luukkonen. Luukkonen keeping her distance from the defender. Now gives to Farrah Thomas. Farrah Thomas going to try and drive. She picks up the dribble, give on this near side to Wida. Wida will take the 3. Going to come up short. and rebounded by Bridget Golly. Great box out there by Bridget. And now here is Rysdam. Oh, nice move to get by the defender. Rysdam continuing the fancy footwork. Gives to Davis. It's a screen now, but it's not as effective as they would have hoped. And then it's the screen that go, and we're going to get a foul here on MIB.
Yep, and that's going to send the Bombers back to the line for 2.
And this is going to go on 13. Luukkonen again. That'll be her 4th. And Mackenzie Golly will now shoot 2. This one's going to come up short.
Well, Mountain Iron-Buhl has 4 players with 4 fouls.
Yeah, and 3 of them are now in the game together. But they go so deep, Adam, it really doesn't make too much of a difference. Obviously, you'd like to see them not foul out and be in that situation, but with them going 12 deep, I mean, it's almost okay.
Right.
And 72-47 now the score after that. And now for Braham, Adam, they're in this spot of 3 here from Farrah Thomas. Going to be no good. Avery Schockman going to get the rebound. Nice job. But now for Braham, Adam, if they're going to get to the free throw line, they need to start converting both free throws.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Oh, not quite sure. She didn't step out, I guess. Not quite sure why Davis took that shot. It was well defended by Nyans as she gets the block and steal. Would have liked to see her possibly find a little bit more of an open look, but yeah, that's going to be a foul on Schockman. It'll be her 3rd. And that will send Weeda to the free throw line for 2.
That's going to be
the 4th team foul. Weeda is no good on the first. 2 substitutions, 1 for each team as Beck checks back into the game for Braham. Stay tuned after the game. We'll have our post-game show brought to you by Pizza Pub of Pine City, so stay tuned for that. Meanwhile, Weeda, no good on both, and it's going to be Rysdam with the rebound. Rysdam will take it almost all the way, give to Schockman, then it's nearly taken away, but it's going to be knocked out of bounds by MIB, so it will stay with Braham.
Braham a much better showing here in the second half. They're winning the second half.
Yeah, they are. As Davis will get set to inbound. She'll lob it into Beck. Beck going to try and back down the defender. The defender fell, but there was no foul. The defender tripped. Davis kick back outside Schockman. Schockman looking for the screen. She'll dribble, but the defender's there. She's going to take it to the basket. Nice move, nice shot, and she gets it to fall.
Avery Schockman gets it to go, and she has... She has 6.
Nyans. She spin move. Now give on the far side. Stolen away by Emily Davis. Quickly up to Rysdam, and Rysdam with the reverse layup drops it in for 2. It's 72-51. Here is the drive, and she's going
to lose it out of bounds.
I wasn't sure if they were going to get the foul on the defender because she was leaning into her, but they did not. And now we're going to get another timeout here by Braham. While they take one, we will as well.
Hey, Mark, I spent about $3,500 on heating this last winter.
Whoa, sounds like you need to switch to a central boiler outdoor wood furnace like I did.
A wood furnace? That sounds like a lot of work.
No, not really. I have my wood delivered, and with a large firebox and a central boiler outdoor furnace, I usually just fill it once a day.
Whoa, that sounds great.
I heat my domestic water, garage, and I'm saving a ton of money every year.
Well, where do I get one?
Northland Boiler Sales is your local central boiler sales dealer. Visit northlandboilersales.com.
Here at Pine City Family Chiropractic, we want to help you feel your best every day by offering a variety of services to help you recover from an injury, perform your best at sports, or just to help you unwind after a long work week. Let our team of highly trained chiropractors, massage therapists, and acupuncturists help you rest, recover, and restore your physical and mental well-being. Call us today at 320-629-6717 to schedule your next wellness day.
Back here on WCMP and KBEK, Braham has had a really impressive second half. They are within 21, Adam, with 4:32 to go. It's right there.
It is 72-51. Braham winning the second half. What is it? 29-19.
Yes. So really good second half for them. Meanwhile, here's the pass up the court to Rysdam. She'll give now to Davis. Davis back to Rysdam. And Rysdam will take it to the top of the key, give over to Shockman. Shockman back to Rysdam. And Adam, you feel like...
that looked good from here.
I was going to say, you feel like if that goes in, this is going to be a huge momentum shift. Meanwhile, this is going to be a jump ball. And the possession arrow points away of Braham. I'm not sure how that was a jump ball when Beck got it and there was nobody else who hit. That's interesting.
I mean, being honest, kind of Braham is fortunate it was a jump ball.
Okay.
Otherwise, it would have been a travel because Beck turned over.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I was kind of confused. Meanwhile, oh, wow. They just parted the Red Sea and Rysdam says, okay, I'll take that. 72-53, Adam. It's under 20. Well,
and that is not the shot you wanted her to take as
no.
Braham gets a rebound.
Davis. Fast break. Rysdam fouled. Oh, and that's a really big foul, too. But it's not on anybody who has 4 fouls. In fact, that's going to be on Olin, her first.
Yeah.
So that's good news for MIB. Even better news for Braham. You get to the line again and stop the clock. You're now under 20 points, Adam, with 3:46 to go.
I mean, it's been as high as 30 at points.
This one is good.
Rysdam with 27 points.
She's got 19 in the second half, by the way.
Yeah.
And if she can make this one, it'll be 20. But a couple substitutions here for MIB and Braham. We'll have both goalies out there. Beck will get a breather. Adam, I was thinking to myself, if they can get this under 20, they might have momentum, and I think all of a sudden we're starting to see that. 72-55 after both made free throws there by Morgan Rysdam. This ball is up for grabs. No, not
Rysdam
quite.
almost stole it.
She tipped the ball that Anaya Thomas was trying to pass up the court, almost got it back. And could you imagine what this? We would have tore the roof down, the Braham fans. My goodness. They're trying to find Anaya Thomas. They will. They just underhand it to her. And she'll try and drive, getting past Shockman for a moment. Now she'll wait for the offense to get set. Trying to drive on the far side. Now the handoff there to Warwaz. Warwaz, that's going to come up short. I'm not sure if there was a hand on it. Meanwhile, Norman gets the rebound. This ball must have been blocked or something because Shockman gets it. I think it's going to wind up being a steal for her as Rysdam will bring it up, calling out the play, letting the offense get set. Now give there to Mackenzie Golly. There's nothing doing. She'll give to Rysdam. Rysdam from the free throw line. She came up short on that one. And she's going to get it back and drop it in for 2.
Okay. Just a 15-point lead.
72-57. Ooh.
Not a bad foul there by Shockman.
Well,
that would be her fourth,
I was
though.
just saying, I don't think it's.
You don't want it to be her.
No.
Because you're getting to the point where, fouling might be beneficial. But you don't want Shockman to be that one.
So Lenez and Beck into the game for Shockman and was Bridget Golly. Here we go, Adam. 72-57.
Making Mountain Iron-Buhl a little uncomfortable, and that's going to be a foul on Morgan Rysdam, and that's going to be number 4.
I think she had a lot of the ball there, but I can definitely see where they got the elbow in there. Man. Well, that's now unfortunate for Braham. They got 2 with 4. And now, unfortunately, Rysdam has to play a little bit off because you cannot afford to have her out of this game. This shot's going to be no good. Beck gets the rebound.
That is not a smart shot by the Rangers. You want to take some time off the clock.
Oh, yeah. Here comes Rysdam. Rysdam again. Nobody there. And she drops it in for 2. Adam, it's 72-59. Rysdam obviously has to play a little bit off. Well, Anaya Thomas for 3, and that one gonna miss.
Again, a short possession again.
Beck with the rebound. Now up to Lenez. Mackenzie Golly back to Lenez.
Nice pass.
Drops it in for 2. Adam, here we go. 72-61.
The Braham fans are coming alive.
2 minutes to go. It's within 11. Oh, that's not going to help, though, and we're going to get a foul. That's going to be... Are they going to get Rysdam?
That's going to be the 7th.
No, there's another Braham player down. These two collided hard. I don't know who it was, Adam, and these two players are down.
That's going to be on Emily Davis.
So that's who's down, and I'm not going to lie, I didn't see what happened, Adam, so I couldn't tell you. And we've got a trainer out there for Braham. Ah, my goodness gracious. Hope and pray that she's all right. That's all we want.
If you're gonna stop and fuel up, you might as well stop at your Pine City Freeway Holiday Station store. And if you need a little something for that party, right now save on Pepsi 12 packs are 2 for $16. Firewood bundles get 3 for $26. Mix and match breakfast and lunch sandwiches are just 2 for $6. And don't forget, Food Network's Guy Fieri's Flavortown menu line, burritos, sandwiches, and churros. Fill up, load up, and save at your Pine City Freeway Holiday Station store today.
Well, we get a free throw there. It is no good by Weta and rebounded by Rysdam. Here we go, Adam. She takes it again. Give back to Mackenzie. Golly, that one's going to be no good. And, yeah, stay. And
that's going to be a foul on Mackenzie Golly.
So it's only her third. You're okay with that one. It'll be a 1-and-1 for Norman. Well, unfortunately, they didn't drop the bucket on that one. But Adam, you've got MIB on the ropes right now.
What a furious run by the Bombers.
You've got them on the ropes. You got to come with the knockout punch here soon. You've got to you got to continue to do what they've been doing offensively. You got to be fair, guys. Remember that. Be sportsmanlike. Meanwhile, Norman, no good. Rysdam again with the rebound. Rysdam, give outside. Shockman. Oh, it's going to be no good.
That was online, too.
I was ready to jump out my seat, Adam. I'm not going to lie. I was ready. Now, unfortunately, they're going to have to start fouling because they're running out of time. There you go. That's
going to be a foul on Lenez.
Lenez doesn't like it, but
it's not the wrong call
either.
No,
it's not. And at this time, or at this point, you kind of need it.
And it's still just a 1-and-1.
Yeah. Davis will check back into the game. Good to see her back out there.
Iron-Buhl is shooting 35% from the free throw line.
It's going to be Farrah Thomas with the 1-and-1.
Her first trip to the line so far this afternoon.
That one's good. So they get back for the first time and score in, what has it been, Adam, 4 minutes? Well, she hits them both. So that is less than ideal, but still within reach for Braham. Just going to need to push things a little bit now. Here's Morgan Rysdam. Oh, she lost her dribble a little bit. She picks up. She'll give to Davis. Davis will try and drive, and that's going to be a foul. She'll go to the basket and shoot 2. And Farrah Thomas just fouled out.
So Davis will head to the line with the clock stopped.
Well, let me correct myself. If she's called for the foul, there were 2 defenders there. They are not going to get her for the foul. It is instead. They called Nyans?
Ooh, Nyans now with 4.
Yeah. That's interesting because Farrah Thomas was the one who was going for the steal at him. Meanwhile, ooh, no good there for Emily Davis. Bridget Golly and Lennis check into the game for Rysdam and Shockman. Davis. This one is good.
They're going to start fouling.
Yep.
And they didn't want Shockman and Rysdam to be out there when they did.
74-62. I'm glad you pointed that out because you don't want Rysdam out. What do you do? Well, that's why. So I'm very glad you pointed that out. That's a really good point. Meanwhile, because who is that? Is that Ava Kunke? Couldn't remember if that was Ava or Grace. Oh, they got a foul. What are they doing? This is going to be knocked out of bounds by Braham. So we'll stay with him.
My goodness, this is a physical game. Both teams are just trading punches.
And now it's getting chippy, too, because they're trying to help each other up, and they're like, nope, I don't want your help. They're like, you're on the other team. I don't want it right now. So they'll see another inbound here for MIB. They'll try and force it to Farrah Thomas. She pulls it in. Rysdam is back out there, by the way. So they did not get the foul that they would have liked. And
yeah, they're just taking time off.
Yeah, I don't know. I know Davis doesn't want to foul because she has 4, and that's going to be no good. So Davis gets the rebound. They got to go quick. Excuse me, Davis has 3. My apologies. Oh, you're going to have to go quicker than this. You got to put up a shot somewhere. They're just taking too much time. And now a steal.
That's going to be
They're
a
gonna
jump
call
ball.
A jump ball. That's I don't know. I don't know that Rysam had enough on that for it to be a jump ball, if I'm being honest. Well, unfortunately, Adam, it is going to come up short for Braham. Just not enough time to get 12 points. Oh, my goodness. What does Ava have to do to get the foul? Good grief. She was all over right after the inbound, and they didn't call it right away. So Ava Kunke gets the foul, and that sends Farrah Thomas back to the line. She hit 2 of 2 last time. And although Braham is going to come up just short here, Adam, what a run.
Yeah, what a second half there by the Bombers. Down by 31 at the halftime break.
I'd even argue a second half of the second half, because that's where a lot of this happened for them, was in the second half of this second half. My, oh my, did they do a great job. So not over yet, but now 13 points going to be just that much harder with only 30 seconds to go. Not saying it's over, but it will be hard to do. That one going to be no good, and it'll be Lenez who gets the rebound. So 1 of 2 goes Farrah Thomas. And they'll go up the court here and travel
traveled
on
with it.
Rysam. So, yeah, that will... and Lloyd telling him, get back. Just played regular defense. So, unfortunately, Adam, that will do it. Mountain Iron-Buhl is just going to dribble out the rest of this clock. Unless Braham gets a steal in a fast break. That will be the final here in this one.
Call off the Dogs, and this one will end a lot closer than we thought it would as we went into the halftime break.
75-62 will be the final. Rysam, I love the fact she's like, no, it's not over yet. I will continue to defend. But that is going to do it. 75-62 is the final. We've got a lot to talk about in this postgame, so stay tuned for our Pizza Pub of Pine City postgame show after a word from some of our fine sponsors here on KBK and WCMP.
When it comes to yours or your loved one's end-of-life celebration, there are many options. Find guidance from the professionals at Methvin Funeral and Cremation Services. Church services, celebration of life services at one of their chapels, a ceremony in a park, or even cremation. Methvin has the resources to facilitate everything from start to finish. Methvin Funeral and Cremation in Mora, Hinckley, Sandstone, and Isle, or find them online at methvinfuneralhome.com, serving our community since 1912.
Your journey to smile with your forever starts at Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners, with locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget, whether you have insurance or not. Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics, a smile you will embrace forever.
Looking for bingo with a bang? Saturday, March 28th, 2 p.m. Gun Bingo at Doc Sports Bar and Grill in Sturgeon Lake. You get a chance to win firearms instead of cash. Yep, shotguns, rifles, pistols. Bingo! It's all for a great cause, supporting the East Central Spurs, a local chapter of Pheasants Forever. Great food, great fun, and prizes with a bang. Make a day of it. Visit DocSportsBarSturgeon.com to pre-register. Gun Bingo! Saturday, March 28th, Doc's in Sturgeon Lake.
At First National Bank of Malacca, with offices in Malacca, Isle, Gilman, and Zimmerman, they pride themselves on providing small-town, personalized customer service with updated technology solutions that allow you to bank with them anytime, anywhere, whether you value calling or stopping in to talk to a real live banker, or value the convenience of online or mobile banking. They've got you covered. If you're looking for a bank that cares about you or your community, come to First National Bank at one of their 4 branch offices. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Back here on WCMP and KBK, what a game. What a game. I don't know if I've ever been this excited after a loss, Adam. My goodness, what a performance put on there by Braham. Unfortunately, they do fall 75-62, but that won't end their journey here at State, Adam. They will play in the consolation bracket. We'll get into that in a little bit, but Braham here in this game, it did not get off to the best of starts there for Braham. They were down early on. I think you said at one point it was 41-10 10 in the first half. They wound up trailing 53-22 at the half.
Yeah, it was tough because they went on, or they were down by 31 there at the halftime break, and really had a tough time, just really hanging on to the basketball there in that first half.
Yeah, and we talked about that throughout the first half. Just couldn't take care, good enough care of the basketball in that first half. And you could tell there was a little bit of frustration for them, and their offense just couldn't get going the way they wanted it to. They struggled getting rebounds. They struggled getting things set up. But like I said, I wanted to see them drive a lot more inside to draw more fouls. And in this second half, that is what they did. They started to drive to the basket and said, okay, you might be able to get a few stops, but you're going to have to foul to stop us because you're not as good inside as we are. We're too quick. And that's what happened. 14 fouls in the second half by MIB.
Yeah, it was a lot, and it allowed Braham to score with the clock stopped and allowed them to get back into their rhythm. And it paid dividends not just from the free throw line, but also all over the place, even defensively and on the rebounds.
They got another block from maybe an unlikely source, Mackenzie Gawley, coming up with a block there in that second half. And, yeah, the first part of the second half, it wasn't great. Again, still, I think, 7 and 4? It was Braham who scored 7, and MIB had only scored 4. So it still wasn't a great start. Again, they were struggling, maybe not as much as the first half, but they didn't do as well of holding onto the ball as they would have liked. That's kind of when everything changed, Adam.
Mm-hmm.
Defense started to create turnovers. They also started to get some rebounds. They also forced a ton of fouls from MIB, and then their offense got going. And when their offense got going, it could not be stopped. And they got it as close as 9.
Yeah, they got it to within single digits there with a few minutes left. And we were thinking, hey now. So, I mean, it was quite the battle there, especially towards the second half. And Mountain Iron-Buhl was just begging the clock to get lower.
And you could tell in that time where that run came from Braham that MIB was just possession by possession getting that much more frustrated. They were just starting to feel it a little bit. There was that frustration, but then they started to hang their heads a little bit, you could see. And it was like, okay, Braham is striking while the iron's hot. And they're starting to come back. And it was like, okay, it's now under 30. Well, now it's under 20. Oh, now it's under 15. And they marched back all the way to single digits. And unfortunately, if they had a few more minutes to work with the clock, we might be talking about a different game here, Adam.
Well, the success that the Bombers had, especially late there in that second half, it put Mountain Iron-Buhl in a spot that they're not used to being in, because you could see that by the only way that Braham would have been able to get back into this ball game is if Mountain Iron-Buhl had quick possessions, and they were shooting quick threes. And you're like, okay, why are they doing that? I mean, that doesn't make much sense that you're just playing into Braham's hands at this point, just throwing up shots that you can get any time. And they're throwing up these quick shots. They shot the ball really well, throughout the game. But towards the late in the second half, those shots weren't falling. They did drop below 50%, believe it or not, from the three-point line. 43.8, still very good. Yeah. But, at halftime, what were they shooting? 65%? Yeah. It was just wild.
Yeah, that is crazy to think that it dropped down almost 20% from one half to the other. So, but you said it at the break. Braham cannot hold their heads. They got it. They're hanging their heads. They got to hold their head. They got to be proud of themselves of what they did. I mean, look at this second half, Adam. They held MIB to 22 points. They scored 40 in the second half. I mean, what?
Well, you look, and that deserves some context as well, with Mountain Iron-Buhl averaging over 80 points a game, and you only allowed them to score 22 in a state tournament game. They were not backing off.
No.
They were going through their offense, doing what they were doing, and Braham's defense was just forcing them into spots that they didn't want to be in.
Yeah, and Braham, man, unfortunately, yes, they do lose. That doesn't end their state journey. They will play in the consolation bracket against the loser of Hillcrest Lutheran Academy and New Richland HEGHS. Not quite sure what all that stands for, but that is one of those
Braham has some history with NRHEG with the Rebecca Dahlman senior year. It was the AA championship, believe it or not.
Okay.
And it was basically the Becca Dahlman Carly Wagner showdown that they were just going back and forth, and just a 1-point win by NRHEG, which stopped the Brahms' undefeated season in 2013, I believe it was.
So we're not saying we want them to lose to play Braham tomorrow, but if they do, we're okay. No. But yes, Braham will move to the consolation bracket. They will play the loser of Hillcrest Lutheran and New Richland tomorrow at 10 a.m. at Gangelhoff Center. That's over at the University of Concordia St. Paul. That will play tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. So they'll play the loser of that game, so stay tuned. We'll let you know who they will play. So unfortunately, they'll move to the consolation. Mountain Iron-Buhl will move on. The worst that Mountain Iron-Buhl can do now is fourth place at this point, because if they lose in the next round, they'll go to the third place game, then they could lose. But, man, I think if you're other teams who watch this game, you're looking at what Braham did, and you might be taking some pointers.
Well, that's the thing. I think Braham gave them a pretty good a blueprint on how to beat Mountain Iron-Buhl, the top seed. And we'll see if, getting it down on paper is one thing, and actually succeeding is another thing. So it'll be interesting to see what the winner of Hillcrest Lutheran and NRHEG will do. But, it's certainly something.
So, yes, that is the next game coming up here at Maturi Pavilion. The one after that will be at 3 o'clock. That'll be Mayer Lutheran and Sleepy Eye St. Mary's. Mayer Lutheran is someone Braham played at the beginning of the year. The final game of the day here at Maturi Pavilion for Class A will be Central Minnesota Christian and Kelleher Northome. That will be the final game of today here at Maturi Pavilion. Anyway, there are still games, believe it or not, going on at Williams Arena and all across Gangelhoff Center. So there are still games across 2, 3, and 4A happening today as well. So it is busy here on the U of M just for high school sports, not even college sports.
Can I give you a little bit of context that I'm just looking at right here?
Yeah.
At 8:13, Izzy Wida hit a 3 to put Mountain Iron-Buhl up 69-42.
Okay.
If you do the math, that means Braham finished the game on a 20-6 run against the top seed in single A.
And most of those points came from the free throw line for MIB.
Yeah.
I think all but 2 of them did.
Yeah.
So that is more than impressive. That is almost unheard of for
only
against
allowing
MIB.
them to score 6 points in over 8 minutes.
And that's what we were talking about that goes deeper though than just the game itself. That goes to these young ladies for Braham, not hanging their heads, not going, it's over. Might as well just move on. It's over. Well, that was fun. It's fun to be the state. No, they were like, it's not over till the clock shows zeros. Let's go, and they picked it up. And that it's not only just them, but it's the coaches who believe. Who cares? We're still going to win this thing. You're down by 20, so what? Go out and win it.
How much of that do you think had to do with the we didn't talk about it on air, but the massive crowd that Braham brought down?
Oh, my goodness.
They had basically the entire city of Braham down there, here on the far side, literally behind them. And, they were playing for themselves. They were playing for their coaches. They were playing for their town.
Well, and we kind of mentioned it before during the regular season talking about playoffs, but it was one of those things where it's like, turn the lights off when you leave.
Yeah.
Because the town's going to be there. And first of all, it's great to see that support. Mm-hmm. It's great to see so many people, and not just the town. You got royalty.
Yeah.
Minnesota basketball royalty coming to support you, who graduated how many years ago, is now like, I'm going to go support my team at State, who she graduated from. It's just so cool to see the team come out. And I have to believe that it absolutely had, if not a big effect, at least a percentage of an effect, because when they were going on that run, the team, or not the team, but, well, I guess the team, yes, the boys team, and everybody else was behind them the whole way and cheering every single step that they could. Even when they were down by 30, they were still cheering them on. So the entire team, city, everybody deserves a little bit of a nod. Yeah.
There are some non-Braham residents that were here, I would imagine.
But what a game for this team. And again, great job for themselves, keeping their heads in it, not focusing on the score itself, just realizing, hey, forget about the scoreboard. Let's go out and let's just continue to score, and eventually we'll get this thing back within reach. And that's exactly what they did.
Yeah, absolutely. It was impressive that, the comeback bid, they did come up short. Season's not over. They'll play the loser of this one here. That's going to happen right in front of us.
Yeah, so NRHEG and Hillcrest Lutheran will play at about 15 minutes from now. And the loser of that one, as Adam mentioned, will play tomorrow morning against Braham at the Gangelhoff Center on the campus of Concordia St. Paul over there. And we'll be out there for that one. And then if Braham were to win, then they will play on Friday at the Gangelhoff Center at 8 a.m. So be sure to tune in for those. But that is going to do it for us. We appreciate all of you, our loyal listeners, for tuning in here to this game. We can't do it without you. You keep our jobs secure. We also can't do it without our fine sponsors. Thank you to all of our fine sponsors who jump on this game and all the other games that we do during the sports season. We appreciate it. And don't forget, our sponsors allow us to bring you this game for free, whether you're subscribed or whatever it is. We will never ask you to pay to listen or watch any of our streams. Remember, you can stay tuned to our websites, our social medias for all things local sports. Our websites will have interviews with coaches and players, plus articles and our streaming links on there. Same with our social medias, as well as our morning shows at 7:30, well, let's go in order. 7:30, 7:45, then 8:30 and 8:45 is when I'll talk local sports. I'll talk some with Adam, I'll talk some with Joshua, and we'll talk all things local sports. Sometimes we dive deeper into it, sometimes we don't. But we have a lot of fun talking about it. We have our Facebook pages, our Instagrams, and our Twitter at Q Media Sports. Be sure to like, follow, subscribe, do whatever you have to do. Remember, it's free to do all of that to stay up to date with all things local sports. Adam, your final thoughts here on this game.
Man, I always love coming down here. Braham not able to come out with a victory, but a very respectable showing here by the Braham Bombers in their first trip to the state tournament since 2013.
It was a great game. We'll be there tomorrow at the Gangelhoff Center when they play either Hillcrest Lutheran or New Richland. For Adam Hefty, I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman. Thanks so much for tuning in. Remember to be kind to everyone. You never know what someone is going through, and your kindness could truly make their day. Once again, Braham falls to MIB 75-62. We'll get back to regular scheduled programming here on WCMP and KBEK. Have a great rest of your afternoon.
Configuring the Bluetooth, deciding who controls the music, remembering where you parked. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your vehicle doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like remembering if you're on the 3rd or 4th level of the parking garage. That's simple human sense.
Your local auto owner's agent is Pine Insurance Agency. Get your quote today at pineagency.us. Pineagency.us.
That concludes our broadcast from KBEK Sports, a Q Media Group radio station, and brought to you in part by local advertisers. For high school sports schedules, scores, and interviews, visit KBEK.com. Catch more local live action all season long, right here on this local radio station, or the nice 95.5 mobile app, available for free download in the App Store, and multiple Q Media Group YouTube streams. Thank you for joining us. Now back to regularly scheduled programming. Nice 95.5 is KBEK FM, Mora.